35% off. Shelby Hardware has from $50 to $100 off Echo push mowers. Coming in for all the details, shop your hometown hardware store. That's Shelby Hardware, 506 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at shelbyhardwareandsupply.com. Call 704-482-4405. There's nothing like free service. Now that's hard to believe, unless you get free service from Shelby Heating and Air. Now for a limited time, get free service on same-day repairs, $200 or more from Shelby Heating and Air. Call for details at 704-487-7877. They're locally owned and operated and have been for 45 years with 24/7, 365 emergency service. That's Shelby Heating and Air, 1990 Eves Road in Shelby. Online at shelbyheating.com. Like them on Facebook too.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into our What'sUpShopper.com Stadium pregame show here from Shelby High School. I'm Brent Pasco. I've got Jeff Jones with me. This is our WestEndSales.com broadcast of Shelby and Bessemer City here in this Southern Piedmont 2A, 3A, 4A conference matchup. Just 2 weeks left in the regular season, Jeff, and Shelby needs a couple of wins to improve their playoff seeding.
Absolutely. I think the best that you can hope for as far as Shelby's concerned is to get 2 wins, and I still think they would only have 2 home playoff games the way it's going to shake out. The loss to Lincoln was kind of a damaging loss. And we've got 2 teams tonight that are really on the opposite ends of the spectrum. We've got Bessemer City. They come in, and Bessemer City won their first game 14-10, and they've lost 7 games in a row since then, and capped off by a kind of head-scratching loss to Highland Tech by a score of 15-12 last week. And Golden Lions come in tied for second place with Burns, and 1/2 game behind Lincoln in first place. And of course, if they end up tied with Lincoln, Lincoln would still be the conference champion based on the head-to-head. But the Golden Lions come in after a big 42-6 win last week against East Gaston. Now, as far as this Bessemer City series goes, the series started way back in 1936, and Bessemer City won that first game by a score of 26-13. And the 12 games that have been played since then, all Shelby victories, all big Shelby victories. In fact, I was telling Brent, Bessemer scored 26 points in that first game, and since that first game, they scored a total of 33 points in the 12 losses that they've had since then. Last year, Golden Lions played Bessemer and won by a score of 49-0. And so Shelby has won 12 of the last 12 games in this series, but this series hasn't been played very often. I mean, the series was played in 36-43, and then 1974 through 1976, and then 97 through 2000, and then 2021 through today. So it's definitely a one-sided series, but it is homecoming here, and so we'll have the festivities at halftime, and we'll see who the homecoming queen will be, and looking for a big Shelby victory tonight, Brent.
Yeah, big homecoming game, and Bessemer City, and then next week Shelby finishes at home on senior night against the Burns Bulldogs. And we talked about Lincoln. If Shelby wins both games and they tie with Lincoln holds that tiebreaker because of that 35-34 overtime win a couple of weeks ago. But a big surprise happened since then, Jeff, and that's that Stuart Kramer went and pulled an upset over the.
Yeah, it wasn't a close game. It was an absolute beatdown by Stuart Kramer. And my sources in Lincoln County have told me that there were at least 3 starters for Lincoln that were not playing, including the big man, the defensive star, and the big man. If they need a yard, the guy they hand it to. Apparently, he had been complaining of headache. Well, he hadn't been complaining. He had been dealing with headaches for 2 or 3 weeks, and finally told somebody. And if you've been having headaches for 2 or 3 weeks, that's number one. That's a concussion. And so he did not play last week. I don't know what his eligibility will be for next week. They're open tonight, and then they finish up their season with their county rival, West Lincoln. So West Lincoln and Lincoln will play next week. Burns and Shelby will play next week. Crest and Kings Mountain will play next week. It's kind of like, I guess Cherryville and Bessemer City will play next week. So it's county rivalry week next week.
Yeah, and the reason I threw that surprising loss out there is, should West Lincoln pull an upset and Shelby hold serve, Shelby would get the number 1 seed, because Lincoln had that hiccup against Stuart Kramer, a team that held Shelby or held their own with Shelby for about 2.5 quarters, Jeff, before the Golden Lions pulled away. But they've got some pretty good talent. That tight end is an all-world tight end for Stuart Kramer, and they're a team that could make a run in the playoffs as well. So the conference is shaping up to be really 4 teams at the top, and then the other teams at the bottom, and not much in between. They're pretty lopsided scores, except when the top 4 play. So I got one more of those games left. That's Shelby and Burns here at Shelby next week. Let's take a break here on our What's Up Shopper.com Stadium pregame show. We'll come back. We'll talk a little about the key players in this matchup tonight. We'll be back after this.
Planning a funeral service can be a very difficult process for families who have just lost a loved one. Celebrating lives and healing grieving hearts is the theme for the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Falston. It's important to them to provide those who are grieving with a supportive environment in which they can begin to find closure, say goodbye, and come to terms with their loss. Find out more today. Visit them online at StameyTysingerFuneralHome.com or give them a call at 704-538-8631. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center, 846 East Stagecoach Trail in Falston. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home now offers water cremations. For 17 straight years, Via Health Partners has been voted #1 in hospice. There's got to be a reason. Via Health Partners provides exceptional care. The comfort of their patients is their top concern, and that's why they offer hospice care wherever a patient calls home. Via Health Partners is there where you need them and when you need them. Find out more by visiting their website at viahp.org. Again, viahp.org. Voted #1 in hospice for 17 straight years. Via Health Partners, founded as Hospice of Cleveland County. There might be other Coyote tractor dealers in the area, but there is only one that stands above the rest, and that's Weston Sales in Vail. There's a reason they have been one of the top-selling Coyote tractor dealers in America today. Some reasons could be quality of service, friendly people, and yes, price. They will not be undersold on a new Coyote tractor. There's one waiting for you, Coyote and Weston Sales, synonymous in the tractor industry today. See them at 110 Highway 18 North in Vail, online at westonsales.com, like them on Facebook too. Shop American, even when it comes to flooring. And Willis Flooring Shop in Shelby has a new selection of LVP flooring by Cortex, and it's American made. Also, pure grain engineered flooring, yes, American made. Plus tile, carpet, vinyl, and more. And listed up installers, Willis Flooring Shop in Shelby has backer board, hand liners, sand, cement, corner benches, Sluter, and sundries. Head to Willis Flooring Shop, 2247 Kings Road in Shelby, open 8:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Like them on Facebook too. Have you got a ping, pang, ding sound coming out of your car or truck? Well, then take it to A-Plus Automotive in Shelby. A-Plus Automotive does all types of automotive repairs, from tune-ups to an oil change, and complete diagnostic work. And they are a North Carolina inspection station with over 17 years of experience. See A-Plus Automotive in Shelby today. They also do AC and heater repair. Get her running today with a stop at A-Plus Automotive, 1900 Elizabeth Avenue in Shelby. See Charlie Heston today or call 704-482-0441. Bring your car or truck back to life by taking it to Affordable Paint and Body Shop in Shelby, now located at 2230 Huey Church Road, just about a quarter of a mile from their old location, right across from City Electric. For over 16 years, Affordable Paint and Body Shop has been serving this area with the finest in paint and body repair. No matter what you drive, they can paint it, and they give free estimates and do insurance work as well. Drop by for your free estimate today or call 704-471-2122. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Affordable Paint and Body Shop, 2230 Huey Church Road in Shelby, right across from City Electric.
All right, we're back here in this What'sUpShopper.com Stadium pregame show, and I said we're going to talk a little bit about some of the key players, and we'll start with the visitors from Bessemer City. And Gavin Chastain leads the way at quarterback for the Yellow Jackets, Jeff, what are some of the key other players?
Well, their running back, they've got number 1, Keon Smith. He's got 65 carries for 320 yards, averages just at 5 yards per carry, got 2 touchdowns, and Chastain is also, one of the leading rushers. He's got 26 carries for 75 yards, almost 3 yards a carry, and his long run of the year is 75. So he's a guy that you don't want to let him get in the open field. He's got 2 touchdowns. They've only got 5 rushing touchdowns all year. They've only got 3 passing touchdowns all year. I mean, this is a team that is not exactly an offensive juggernaut, and so they don't. And their leading receiver only has 7 receptions. That's number 2, Watt McCoy, and he's got 11 receptions for 172 yards and 1 touchdown. So it's a team that has really struggled offensively. You look at their scores. The most points they've scored this year was 15 points, and that was in a 50-15 loss against West Lincoln. So to be quite frank, there's just not a lot to talk about for them offensively, Brent.
No, there really isn't. Average under 100 yards rushing, under 100 yards passing per game. Less than, I think, 10 touchdowns total on the year. Most points they've scored is 15. So this is a team that doesn't put the ball into the end zone very much. Their kicking game, the stats I saw, Jeff, was 1 extra point. That has to be wrong. Rodriguez is the kicker, and it showed him as 1 for 1 on the year on PATs and 0 field goals. But as I look down on the field, number 6 is kicking. Or number 5, it looks like.
Number 5, Jalen Newton, who's listed as a defensive end, halfback, and kicker. So he is one of the kickers. I'm also looking at on their roster that we got off Max Preps. They got 35 men on the roster, but it looks like they got about 24 dressed out down there on the football field. So it's a tiny team. And some people will say, well, why are we playing a team like this? Well, they're the same size Shelby is. They're 3A. They're in our conference, so it's a tough situation.
Yep. Receiving, McCoy leads the way. C.J. Hill, those 2 guys both have over 100 yards on the season and a touchdown. And then Jamarvian Gavin has 10 catches for 87 yards. So, like you said, just 2 touchdown passes on the season, according to this, and they're both touchdowns, 1 for McCoy, 1 for Hill. So. Shelby defense licking their chops tonight, and that starting D for Shelby is going to be on the defensive ends, Noah Gardner and Tyson Williams. Defensive tackle, Kilius Hunt, Malachi Hopper. The linebackers are going to be Landon Hollifield, Grady Nodine, and Julius Brooks. The corners tonight, Jaden Williams gets the start, along with Kahari Corey, with Ram Sewer out, and the safeties will be Bryson Brown and Derek Key. Now, let's look at Shelby stats. Shelby's going to be a little bit short-handed tonight, Jeff. They've got, if you recall, a few weeks ago in the Lincolnton game, Jalen Tate was injured in the overtime on a non-contact injury to his leg, and he sat out last week, and he's not dressed out again tonight, although he is walking around on his own accord. We're also going to be a little short at receiver tonight. We noticed Calvin Ramsewer not dressed out, along with 22 Camp. And so the offensive line also has a couple of guys out, Jeff.
Yeah, Croshawn, excuse me, I'm having a senior moment here. Croshawn Harris, he's not going to be dressed out tonight, and T. Hollifield also not going to be dressed out. And of course, T's done all the punting this year, so I would imagine if Shelby would have to punt, it would probably be Lorenzo Roseborough. I think that's what we heard. Yep. The thought was that he might be the punter going in, but the punter has been Hollifield, and he's done a nice job with it. So Golden Line's short-handed, but the Simmons ratings has Shelby a 56-point favorite tonight, and so Shelby should be able to handle this, and so it's kind of hard for me to say that, Brent, because as a coach you never say something like that, but since I'm a member of the media now, I can say Shelby should be able to handle this pretty easily.
Yeah, with Tate out, Jonas Woods will get the start. He's the freshman tailback. Last week had nearly 100 yards. He's got 200 40 yards on the season, 5 rushing touchdowns. He's averaging almost 7 yards a carry. So nice addition to that backfield with Tate.
And let me interrupt. One thing I like about Woods is he's only got 5 yards lost. And generally, like if we go back and look at Jalen Tate, he's got 10 yards lost, and J.J. Williams got 6 yards lost. Kendrick Rader's got 43 yards lost. And so what happens is the Shermans give us the full stats. This is how many yards they've got, positive yardage, and this is how much they've lost. And so what I'm saying is that Woods does not get caught behind the line of scrimmage very often.
Yeah, 245 forward, 5 backwards for 240 net. Of course, Land Farmer's leading the way. The senior quarterback, he last week 300 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's now the Shelby all-time leading passer in yardage for the career, and touchdowns for the career, in 100-yard games for his career. He's got one record left that's a big one, Jeff, and that's he's a 200 and something yards away from being the Cleveland County's all-time leading passer. That record held by Ben Mooney from Burns High School. Let's take one more break here on this What'sUpShopper.com Stadium pregame show. We'll come back with the coaches' conversation after this.
At All Care Insurance Services, they take care of you. From auto to home to business, All Care Insurance can help. They've been helping North Carolinians save on their insurance since 1984. All Care Insurance Services is an independent insurance agency. They work for you, not the insurance carriers, finding you the best value on auto, home, and business insurance. Visit one of their offices near you, 220 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, 4835 Wilkinson Boulevard in Gastonia, and 7005 East Wilkinson Boulevard in Belmont. Online at goallcare.com.
We all hear about how good the barbecue is in Lexington, Greensboro, and in eastern North Carolina. But here in Cleveland County, we all know that the best barbecue is here. At Alston Bridges Barbecue, Kent and Linda Bridges and their family make sure the staple of their restaurant is the best barbecue. Your choice, pork, beef, or chicken, plus delicious sides, such as slaw, beans, fries, and hush puppies. The best since Alston and Mabel opened in 1955. Alston Bridges Barbecue, 620 Grover Street, right here in Shelby.
Alston Bridges Barbecue is now open 10:45 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Whether you've got 1, 2, 3, or even 4 kids headed back to school, the cost adds up. New clothing, new school supplies, and more. If back to school is adding up on you, head to Basic Finance in Shelby. You'll get grade A service at Basic Finance. Give them a call at 704-481-0111 and schedule your appointment today. See the friendly staff at Basic Finance, located at 306-2 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, right across from Shelby High School. And remember, golf on Saturday, church on Sunday.
In Cleveland County, you might see me at a local sporting event, the Cleveland County Fair. We might cross paths at the grocery store or at the next benefit. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. Your local professional when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on most. I'm Bert Kostner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote. And to learn more about how Farm Bureau Insurance can save you time and money, be sure to ask for me, Bert Kostner, 704-482-2436.
Call Bert Kostner, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, today. Find out why more and more folks are going to Butler's Tire and Auto Repair in Kings Mountain for all of their automotive needs. With fall and winter coming soon, head to Butler's Tire and Auto Repair and have your vehicle checked over. Get your oil changed, get a new set of tires, check those brakes, and they are a North Carolina inspection station. Butler's Tire and Auto Repair, located at 404 East King Street in Kings Mountain, right across from KFC. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Call 704-750-4645 for Butler's Tire and Auto Repair in Kings Mountain. Like them on Facebook, too. Cars for all budgets are found at Car Pro Auto Sales and Repair in Shelby. Car Pro is family owned and operated, bringing you high quality vehicles at very reasonable prices, like a 2019 GMC Acadia Denali with 96,000 miles for $21,495, a 2017 Ford Edge Sports Crossover for $16,500, or a 2020 Chevy Equinox LS for $14,495. See the entire inventory online at CarProShelby.com. Car Pro Auto Sales and Service, 1520 South Post Road, Highway 180 South in Shelby, right across from Ingalls.
All right, welcome back to our What'sUpShopper.com Stadium Pregame Show. I'm going to turn it over to Jeff and Coach Wilbanks for the Coaches Conversation.
Welcome to our weekly Coaches Conversation. I'm with head football coach Mike Wilbanks, and this week we are not standing on the field before the game, and so a little bit more comfortable for me, but I appreciate you working me in last week. For talking about last week, congratulations, a really nice victory, set some records, and tell us a little bit about the game Friday night.
It was nice to get another win on the road, which is, I feel like we've been on the road a bunch. We haven't been at home since September 27th, 9th, somewhere in there, whatever that Friday was. But, yeah, it was a good night. Got a lot of guys, some quality reps. We talked about that as a coaching staff. We started a new left tackle and the left guard combination, so they got a good game reps. We played another outside linebacker. He got some extra reps, some good quality reps. And then, Lamb became the Shelby High School career passing yardage record holder last Friday night. So I know that's something that was one of his goals as he came to Shelby High School. So I was happy to see him accomplish that goal.
Well, you got a big victory, and we go into this week. And just before we talk about this week, two quick things. I think a lot of the other old guard were really touched at the taping up the pads and wearing some of the kids wearing the old-fashioned tube socks, and especially I got a little bit emotional when you came out in that wishbone formation.
I mean, just a small tribute to a great man and a great, just a pillar of Shelby High School community, and just doing our part to honor him and to pay tribute to him. And I appreciate our kids buying into it. They bought into it. And we talk a lot about history on Thursdays. We go through all the former coaches, and we've talked about Coach Taylor before. And, so that was a lot of fun, and we made the pile was better. And that was another thing we talked about, honoring traditions, and so they did a good job with that. So I appreciate our players really buying in and helping pay tribute to Coach Taylor.
Well, one of the things that all year when you and I have talked, off the interview, injuries have just been, I think it's the worst year I can remember for injuries. How are we looking on the injury front right now?
We're banged up, which everybody is this time of year, but I feel like we've been banged up all year. We'll have a couple of offensive linemen out Friday. We'll have a DB/receiver out. We'll have, we got Jalen Tate is still getting treatment and trying to recover and get ready. But, yeah, our coaching staff and our players, they've done a good job of trying to piece things together and put a game plan together that suits who we have from week to week. But I look forward, if we can ever get to a week where we have everybody, I think we have a heck of a team.
Well, last question as always, keys to a Golden Lion victory tonight.
It's homecoming, so playing at home, we need to, hopefully we don't have to create any kind of energy. We come out with a lot of energy and execute, do our game plan. I think we'll be fine. And the things we talk about as a team is we continue to focus on penalties and turnovers, because as you get to this point in the year, those things are going to creep up and get you in the playoffs. So those are two of the big things we're focusing on, is turnovers and penalties, and just playing with a lot of energy for a big crowd for homecoming.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Good luck tonight, and look forward to speaking to you next week before we play Burns.
Thanks, Coach.
Carolina's Commercial Realty is the only triple realty in Shelby, offering sales, listings, and leasings. Owner Rick Francis has been serving this area for 40 years with his insurance companies, and now can offer commercial, residential sales, purchases, and leasing. Rick has been involved with many community activities and is here to help you with your commercial and residential real estate needs. Just call 704-477-2338 for Rick Francis and Carolina's Commercial Realty. Office located at 1230 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, Suite 5. Online at carolinascommercialrealtyandassociates.com. 4 generations. Now think about that. 4 generations of serving our area, providing understanding, care, and comfort to help you through a difficult time. That's Cecil M. Burton Funeral Home and Crematory. That's over 90 years of experience, knowledge, and tradition. Their staff takes pride in the professionalism your family will receive. Cecil M. Burton Funeral Home and Crematory, 106 Cherryville Road in Shelby. Online at cecilmburtonfuneralhome.com. Call 704-480-8383. The service specials in the service department at Marburger Chevrolet have been extended. If you missed out, you've still got time. Check out their Super Saturday Oil Change Special. Regular $79.95 and now $59.95 Saturday mornings only. Also, North Carolina inspections are $10 every day. Looking for a pre-owned vehicle? Prices start at $9,900. And ask about 0% APR financing on new cars, SUVs, and trucks at Marburger Chevrolet, 200 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at marburgerchevy.net. The Clay Barnett Funeral Home in Shelby gives you 5 reasons to choose aquamation over cremation. Aquamation is a gentle, dignified process. It's a process that uses 95% water instead of fire. 20% more ash remains are returned to the family. It is a green process with no emissions and no harmful greenhouse gases. And aquamation prices start at $25.95, and payment plans are available with credit approval. Consider aquamation, exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home. Online at claybarnett.com with locations at 303 Pfeiffer Road, Kings Mountain, and 1401 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. See why Cleveland Lumber Company in Shelby is known as the builder's choice. With fall and winter coming around, cold weather will be here, which can be hard on your home and decks. Protect them with products like Benjamin Moore paint, Cabot stains, and Ready Seal for your decks. Ready Seal is goof-proof. Even you can do it. And with fall here, pick up a new leaf blower. Plus, you'll find a full line of Makita tools. So protect your home with a stop-in at Cleveland Lumber Company, 217 Airwood Street in Shelby. Online at clevelandlumbercompany.com. Yes, they are the builder's choice.
All right, we're back on this What'sUpShopper.com Stadium pregame show. They just did the coin toss. Looks like the Yellow Jackets have won and elected to receive the first half kickoff.
Yellow Jackets were represented by number 3, Adrian Tolbert, number 5, Jalen Newton, number 13, Nasir Brown, and number 75, Nasir Owens, group of their senior leaders. And we're now getting ready to see if the Golden Lions can do another nice pile. That was one of the things. They really did a much nicer pile last week. And Brent, I don't know if you can remember, there was some years that Coach Taylor made us practice the pile because he said he didn't like the way it looked. And another big difference is there's a lot of players nowadays that trot out to that pile. There was no trotting to the pile back in the day, was there?
No, there was not.
It was a full sprint.
And for a 150-pound kicker, I don't recommend getting on the bottom of the pile like I did the first game I played.
That's one of the things people would ask me, do y'all not get people hurt? And I said, well, if they are hurt, nobody tells the coaches about it. And it's always been a tradition. If you are hurt, you don't jump on the pile. You actually walk, you run past it, and you tap somebody that's on the pile. But that
was a good pile.
It was a good pile. And I got to tell you, I got to say, it's my least favorite uniform combination, the Golden Lions tonight. They've got the gold headgears, which they'll always have the gold headgears, the black jerseys, and the white pants. And I like the black pants. Right? I like the reverse of that, but it's okay. I think the kids like it, and that's what's important. I mean, the players are the ones that are wearing the uniform, and we're just about ready for the opening kickoff again. So that's going to end our stadium pregame show, sponsored by What'sUpShopper.com. And we need a player to watch, Brent.
Yep, player to watch, sponsored by Parker Farm Service of Kings Mountain. And
go ahead.
I'm gonna let you go with it.
Well, I was thinking, why not? Let's go with the young running back. I mean, Jonas Woods, freshman. You know, not many times you got a freshman starting running back for the Golden Lions. So let's go with him, Jonas Woods, our player to watch. And our player to watch is sponsored by Parker Farm Service of Kings Mountain. It's just about time for the Jammin' Jays pizza kickoff.
Yep, that'll be Matt Grenier. He's got it teed up. Looks like maybe number 1, and that's Keon Smith back deep for the Yellow Jackets. And we're about to get ready to start this one here on homecoming. And Grenier puts the foot into it. It's a short kick. It's going to be fielded at the 22 by an up back, and that's Owens. And he's across the 30 out to about the 33-yard line. Bessemer City will start there, 1st and 10.
Yeah, Grenier got way under that one. He had only a 38-yard kick, but at least he did get some height on it, and the young man couldn't really run straight. He ran right and he ran left, and he ended up picking up about 8 yards on that kickoff return.
So 1st and 10, it'll be again number 9, Gavin Chastain, leading the way at the quarterback spot.
I'm not even sure. It almost looks like number 3 might be actually calling out the signal, so we'll just have to see.
And that's Adrian Tolbert. He is listed as a wide receiver and safety and a quarterback, so let's see who is out there. Shelby's already got a player with with a pants problem, so Kahari Corey and Derek Key had to come off because their pants were too high, and Kendrick Raper's in along with Jaden Williams, and first down play is going to be a handoff to the fullback.
And he's got room.
Yeah, he's breaking tackles, and he's got close to first down yardage.
Yep, he's going to get 8, and that was just a straight dive to the fullback. They ran a double wing formation or double slot formation, handed the ball to the fullback, and he was trying to go to the right. Well, there wasn't anything there, but he bounced off and went back to the left, and there was room there. And I think we're going to give him officially 7 yards, Brent.
Yeah, I think that was number 6, Kamarian Wilson on the carry. And
so I think that you look at Tolbert's stats, I don't think he's thrown maybe 2 passes all year, so I think we're in for a run-heavy offense, and it is double slots with 1 back behind the quarterback.
And 2nd down, and
again, it's going to be enough for a first down, so that's going to be first down for the Yellow Jackets, and our first downs, as always, sponsored by Gutter Guard of Kings Mountain.
So gets the 3 needed, and I got to get the number there. I thought that was 5.
I think that was 5 that time.
Yep, so
Jalen
5
Newton.
is, yep, Newton. So,
yeah, it's always exciting when you go into a game and you look at all the things that they do and you set up your defense to go against that, and then they come out in something that you hadn't seen.
Yep, 1st and 10, Yellow Jackets at the 43. 2 receivers right, 1 left. They got an H-back, and then the running back is Jalen Newton, and he's going to get the carry, and he's going to power forward for 2, maybe 3.
Yep, it's going to be just about 3 yards. And so 3 straight plays have been basically just dives right into the middle of the line, and worked well enough to get, they've got 3 plays and 14 yards, Brent.
Yep, 3. So be 2nd and 7. For the Yellow Jackets, and the clock down already under 10 minutes. So this is their game plan. Let's try to run some clock, not give the high potent offense the ball. 2nd down and 7, and I believe that's Wilson in the backfield, along with a bigger back. Number 3, Tolbert is the quarterback, and we have a whistle before the play.
I believe it's delay of game.
Okay. Taking so much time that they cost themselves 5 yards.
Well, they went from 3 receivers to the right to 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right, and then finally I think they were switching to 3 receivers to the left and did so much shifting. It really wasn't so much a shift. They were just trying to get lined up, Brent.
Yep. So 2nd down and 12 after the penalty, ball at the 41-yard line. Clock stopped at 9:34. And now they got kind of a 2 H-back, almost a wing T look. And one goes in motion, and it's the counter tray.
And it worked.
And it's a first down as they hit the sideline. That's number 13, Nice Brown.
And that's going to be about a 21-yard gain, so the second first down. And what that was just an old-fashioned counter play, not so much the counter tray. They faked the power sweep to the right and ran it back behind the left guard, and there was a hole.
18 yards for Brown, and another first down sponsored by Gutter Guard of Kings Mountain. And the Yellow Jackets are on the move. That's the 3rd different ball carrier. Behind Tolbert under center. And
quarterback sneak.
Going to sneak it, and he's going to get about 3.
Yep, another 3 yards.
So how about the Yellow Jackets moving the football here on this opening drive?
No doubt about it.
2nd down and 7.
Yeah, and actually it's a short 7 because it was just shy of the 41, and now it's just inside the 38. So 2nd down and 7.
Tolbert all the way to the sideline to get to play. Now he's back in the huddle, and clock under 9. 8:55 to go, first quarter. No score on this opening drive. The Yellow Jackets nearing the red zone at the Shelby 38. Tolbert under center again. And he goes to pitch it. Nobody there. It's a broken play, and he's going to run around and be tackled way behind the line of scrimmage by Julius Brooks. A flag also comes out from the White Hat.
Yeah, and that's a loss all the way back to the 48. And if it's on Bessemer City, definitely it's going to be a holding penalty, and that's going to be refused. And what happened that time was they were trying to run that same counter back to the right, but I think Noah Gartner just jammed the tackle all the way back in, and there was no place to go. And so the quarterback kind of ran into the running back, and so he tried to bootleg back. And about that time, I think number 55, Malachi Hopper, got grabbed by an offensive guard, and so that was just all kinds of trouble. So 3rd down and 16 now for the Yellow Jackets, but we are down to 8:15 left in this first quarter.
Yeah, that play lost 9 yards, and Shelby defense for their first big play for loss, and now rolling out to the right and nearly sacked, nearly picked off. So big pressure there from Killius Hunt, forced a quick throw, and then Julius Brooks and Landon Hollifield were there, nearly picked that one off. Pass intended for Wilson.
Yeah, and that was a situation where he tried to roll out, and when he rolled out, he had somebody in his face right away, and then he almost made a bigger mistake by throwing it, and when he threw it, there were 2 golden lines closer than anybody else, Brent.
No doubt about it, in the punt.
Let's see if we can get this number, because the other guy had been punting and kicking, so he won't turn around, so we can't. Is that number 6 or 5?
Like 5, Jalen Newton. And high snap, but he goes up and gets it, gets off a pretty good punt. It's low, but it did turn over, and it's going to bounce once, taken by Man Collins at the 16. He's going to get out across the 25.
It's going to be a 31-yard punt, a relatively short return, but the Golden Lions finally have the football, but not until 7:52 left in the first quarter.
Golden Lions will take over at the 26. But Bessemer City got a couple of gutter guard of Kings Mountain first downs on that opening drive and held the ball for nearly a little over 4 minutes. So let's see what Land Farmer and Company do, and they come out in a wishbone. Once again, honoring the late legendary Jim Taylor, and 12 read to the fullback.
And it's going to be about a 5-yard gain, and the fullback was Jonas Woods.
Halfback there was Jaden Williams and Dominic Woody. And
quarterback read that correctly.
Yeah, Woods got 5, didn't he? Got to love that. 2nd down and 5. And now they're going to pass it out. It's complete to J.J. Williams. He's got run room on the Shelby sideline. Makes a good move. He's at the 50, 40. And now it's a foot race. He's got one man to beat, and he does. He puts a move on the sideline. That's a highlight reel, and that's a 69-yard touchdown pass to J.J. Williams, and he did almost all of that, Jeff, on his own.
He made there was a lot of good blocking in front, but he made 2 guys miss.
Yeah, that last guy had a great angle on him, and he just made a little stutter step move. The guy dove at his feet and missed, and he was able to avoid the sideline and take it all the way for the 69-yard touchdown. And that's a numbers, tax, and bookkeeping touchdown for Shelby. Matt Grenier on for the PAT. That's sponsored by Hojo Power Sports of Shelby. Man Collins to hold. Brett Morgan to snap. Shrine Bowler center Brett Morgan, and the kick's good by Grenier. Shelby 7, Bessemer City 0, 7:10 to go, first quarter.
When it comes to great seafood or steak in Cleveland County, it's the Creekside Seafood and Steak. There's no better place for hand-cut steaks, including filet, ribeye, T-bone, and New York strip. And now get 2 New York strips with salad and baked potato for only $35. And try their seafood from perch to flounder to shrimp to catfish and more, all served with your favorite sides. And they're open for breakfast Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The Creekside Seafood and Steak, 1025 Kaiser Street off Highway 74 East in Shelby, open 11 to 8 Tuesday and Wednesday, 8 to 8:30 Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and 11 to 2 on Sunday.
5 big tractor trailers have arrived at Cummings Furniture in Shelby, all loaded with mattresses, and all are now on sale. A queen set of Euro top mattresses for $339, cushion firm queen sets $349, and listen to this: All Best, Signature, Catnapper, Benchcraft, and Ashley recliners. Buy one, get one free. Prices start at $699. That's Cummings Furniture Company, 410 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at CummingsFurnitureofShelby.com.
Jamma Jay's Pizza Kickoff, a good one for Grenier. Bounces at about the 10-yard line, picked up and taken just out to about the 15. So nice coverage by the Golden Lions.
Yeah, that was great coverage, and the guy that actually tried to catch it left it on the ground, and then another guy had to pick it up, and he started running sideways, and that was doomed from the get-go. But yeah, good call, Brent. That was a great kick. Good height all the way to the 10-yard line.
1st and 10, Yellow Jackets, they trail 7-0 on our No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. 7:01 to go, first quarter. Tolbert's under center. Tolbert getting his first start, at least if you look at the stats on Max Preps. They've had 2 other guys get snaps, but none for Tolbert. And now penalty before the play, false start against the Yellow Jackets.
That's the second penalty. Second penalty tonight, both of them on the Yellow Jackets. And our penalty sponsor all year has been Shelby Heating and Air of Shelby.
1st and 15, that'll back it up to the 10-yard line. Shelby's got a couple of new guys out there that weren't out there on the last series. Kieran Thurman in at safety and Dominic Woody in at linebacker. And Woody replaces Hollifield for the moment. No Dine at middle linebacker. And 1st and 15, handoff. And running hard for 3 or 4.
Yeah, he's going to get about 4 yards, and that's going to make it 2nd down and 11.
And that was Newton, number 5. And that's his 3rd carry. And he got 4. So 2nd and 11.
Golden Lions didn't get to football until there were 7:52 left in the first quarter, and they scored in 42 seconds. And so we're down to 6.5 minutes left in this first quarter. Shelby's run 2 plays.
And by the way, Newton, who's in there at fullback, he's 6 foot 220.
Yeah,
he's a big load back there. 2nd down, 11.
You have to hurry. They're down to 5 seconds left on this play clock.
Yep. Now Tolbert under center, and he will. Everybody flinched, but
everybody
no flag came down.
That's called illegal motion. And now the scrum is pushing the pile, and they finally blow the whistle, and he gets a lot of yardage.
And
that's interesting.
And the whistle never blew, I guess. And Newton,
no, it never did. Newton just kept his feet moving, and that's going to be 3rd down and a long 4. But, yeah, both the left slot back and right slot back were moving at the same time, and you can't do that, but apparently they didn't see it. So
yeah, and even before that, the quarterback flinched.
Yeah. 3rd down and 4. 5.5 minutes left in this first quarter. Golden Lions lead 7-0.
Jamari and Gavin out wide right. 2 receivers out left. H-back and then the fullback. Wilson will get the carry, and behind the line of scrimmage, he is dragged down, and that's, I think, Noah Gardner.
He was one of them, and also big number 55, Malachi Hopper, right there as well.
So that time, Newton went backwards on 3rd down. Actually, they're going to say he got to the line of scrimmage, and now it's 4th down and 4.
And, got to watch for a fake punt. This team's a 56-point underdog. You never can tell. Make sure you don't jump off sides again, too.
Newton will punt. Newton's carried it 5 times, and Shelby gets a good rush. Nearly gets it.
He got that away.
Man Collins at the 46 of Bessemer City, running to the Shelby sideline, hits the sideline. He's at 35-30 and out of bounds around the 29-28. 27, we'll call it.
25-yard punt that time. Golden Lions will take over on the Bessemer City 27-yard line.
So nice return by Man Collins, and Golden Lions take over with 4:27 to go. First quarter, they lead 7-0 on our No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard, but they're backing it up. Flag on the field, I didn't see it. So let's see. So penalty moves it back to the 36-yard line. So Shelby will take over there. I think that was a 10-yard penalty.
Must have been.
First Shelby Heating and Air penalty on the goal lines. 1st and 10 at the Bessemer City 36. Farmer is going to quick slant pass to Kendrick Raper. Makes one guy miss, gets about 6.
Yep, nice little play at the take what's there. 6-yard gain. So 2nd down and 4 for the Golden Lions.
Shelby a receiving core that is hard to defend because you don't know who to defend, Jeff. Sometimes there's 6 different guys that on any given night
that have double-figure pass receptions.
Can have 5 catches for 120 yards, and you don't know which one it's going to be night to night. 2nd and 4, man Collins in motion. He'll get the pitch. That's a pass, but flag down, illegal false start, Golden Lions. So no penalties on the goal lines for a little bit. Now a couple of Shelby Heating and Air penalties. That'll back it up 5 and make it 2nd down and 9 back at the 35 of Bessemer City. 3:50 to go, first quarter. Shelby on top, 7-0. And Farmer in the shotgun. He'll throw it. He's looking long. He'll step up in the pocket and gets pressure from behind. Does throw it out just a little bit high. Raper was the intended receiver.
That's going to make 3rd down and 9. You know, Raper, man, neither of those guys are terribly tall. Yep. And, you know, Raper's 5'11", man, 5'6". Derek Key 5'8". I mean, none of the receivers are tremendously tall, and that pass was just about an inch too high for him to make that catch.
Yeah, and you're missing Calvin Ramseur tonight with an injury.
He's definitely the biggest receiver.
Except, I guess Roseboro out here on the left, he's at 6'1". It's probably your tallest one, and then Ramseur is right there with him, and Farmer's going to throw it. He's got Williams short, and he's caught it, and tiptoes, and he's out of bounds right at the sticks.
Yeah, and if they give him the correct mark, he'll have the 1st down at the 25.
Yeah, and they give him 10 yards, needed 9. But
do we have another?
Well, nobody's moving up to the 1st down marker, so it looks like another flag down. The legal man downfield on Shelby. All right, so negates the 1st down. And is going to bring up 3rd and 14 after the penalty.
Again, that's a Shelby Heating and Air penalty.
Backs it up to the 40 of Bessemer City. 6-0. Highland take over Burns. Is that right? Have to follow up on that. Crest over Ashbrook 7-0. West Lincoln leads East Gaston 7-0. South Point, Forest View, no score. 3rd and 14. Farmer to throw. He's looking deep, and he's got Lorenzo Roseboro way up in the air to catch that one, and he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. That's a pickup of 30, and there's where the big receiver helps out.
Absolutely, and that's the first down for the Golden Lions. And our 1st down sponsor is the gutter guard of Kings Mountain. So 1st and goal from the 10-yard line for the Golden Lions. 3:13 left in this 1st quarter. Shelby leads 7-0.
And they needed all of Roseboro's height and his jumping ability on that one. And now man Collins on the little pitch. He's just weaving his way behind. Blockers for the touchdown. That's a 10-yard.
It's not going to be a touchdown. They've got another penalty flag.
So 10-yard touchdown pass. If you're at the game and you see it, it doesn't look like a pass. They send a receiver in motion, and Farmer flips it underhand about 3 feet, but it's a pass. And what the good thing about that, and we talk about this every week, is if you drop it, it's an incomplete pass. It's not a fumble. So it's a really safe play. However, there's a holding penalty on Shelby. That'll back it up to the 20, and now you got 1st and goal from the 20. After the penalty, and that's what, 4 penalties on Shelby now?
4 penalties.
For 30 yards. And fake handoff, pass out in the flat. Roseboro's got a nice block by Raper, and it springs Roseboro inside the 10. Ball's fumbled.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds around the 6.
It's a really nice move. You're right. What a great move.
Let's see where they mark this one. They're going to mark it more like the 7.
So 2nd and goal from the 7. So that's the 13-yard pickup on that play. 2:53 left in the first quarter. Shelby leads 7-0 on your no marking Mr. Sparky scoreboard.
7-yard line, 2nd down. Farmer's going to throw it again. Steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to roll to the left. He's going to lob it in the back of the end zone. I can't see. Touchdown.
And that's number 5, Lorenzo Roseboro.
So Roseboro did all the damage on this drive as he catches a 30-yarder, a 13-yarder, and then finally a 7-yard touchdown from Land Farmer. That's a numbers, tax, and bookkeeping touchdown pass, the 2nd of the game for Land Farmer.
With 2:45 left in the first quarter.
Matt Grenier for the Hojo Power Sports of Shelby, PAT. Again, Morgan to snap. Collins to hold. Grenier's kicks up, and it's right through the uprights. And Shelby leads by a score of 14-0 on your no malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard.
Smiles are the specialty at Family Dental Care in Shelby. Doctors Jim Wilson, Paul McMurray, and Chase Price invite you to see them and their staff of well-trained professionals, all working together as a winning team to provide you with the highest quality treatment in a warm, caring setting. For your appointment, call 704-482-3281. Family Dental Care, 416 West Warren Street in Shelby. Online at shelbydentist.net. Family Dental Care. Remember, smiles is their specialty, and kids love them too. Is your home ready for the holidays? Now's the time to see Flooring America in Kings Mountain or Carpet One Interiors in Gastonia to get ready. Check out the new LVP waterproof flooring for only $250 a square foot. Check out the great deals on their in-stock inventory. If you need it covered, they've got you covered. That's Flooring America, 602 Slater Street in Kings Mountain, or Carpet One Interiors, 2757 East Ozark Avenue in Gastonia. Get your home ready for the holidays today.
Jammin' Jay's Pizza kickoff again. A nice one that, again, gets dropped. Gets dropped and returned out just to the 17-yard line.
Yeah, that ball was originally touched at the 12, so that's a 5-yard return. So back-to-back kickoff returns, only 5 yards on both those returns. So 2:37 left in the first quarter. Golden Lions lead 14-0. They have held the ball for a total of 2 minutes and 24 seconds.
Yeah, they've been, quick scores. That time it was Roseboro on the reception for the touchdown. Before that it was Williams, and now Newton, I believe, the fullback, gets the handoff for a couple.
Yep, he's up to about the 19-yard line. The best play that they've run was the little counter. And then the next time they tried to run it, it got blown up. That's actually going to be just a 1-yard gain. They've got it marked back at the 18-yard line, Brent.
Yeah, so it looked like they were going to mark it at the 19, but no, just barely to the 18. So 2nd down. Again, Tolbert is the signal caller tonight, not Chastain. And he will go back to pass and gets pressure. Now he'll roll back to the right. He's being chased, and he's going to throw on the run. Nearly picked off. What a play in the secondary by, and that's Julius Brooks from the linebacker spot.
Yeah, what happened was he threw it to the wrong 13. He was looking at his receiver, number 13, Nasir Brown, and then Brown took it up the field, and he threw it into nothingness, and then what a great attempt by Julius Brooks to get his hand on that thing, and that would have been a pick 6. But as it is, what I got to say is I really like is there was no loss and contain that time. Yep. Both Gardner and Williams kept the quarterback in the pocket, and that makes it a lot harder to make big plays. So 3rd down and 9. 1:50 left in this first quarter. Golden Lions up 14-0 on your no malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard.
3 on the play clock, and they get the play off, and Tolbert's going to roll left, and he's got Noah Gardner slinging him down at the 5-yard line for a big sack.
Yep.
And they're going to mark it at the 6.
That's probably about right.
Maybe even the 7 now that I look at it. Loss of 11 on the sack, and that's the 2nd sack. And there's a penalty, a hold, but Shelby will decline that for sure. And it's going to be, I think, 3rd and 20.
I think it's 4th and 20.
4th and 20,
yeah.
You're right. So should bring on the punt unit.
Man Collins is standing on his own 32-yard line. Excuse me, on the Bessemer City 32-yard line. The line of scrimmage is the 7, so he's been punting about 25 yards. So he's standing in a good spot.
Clock's at 1:15, still in the first quarter. Gold Lions lead 14-0 if you're just joining us. Touchdown passes to J.J. Williams and Lorenzo Roseborough.
And this is snaps out of the end zone.
Out of the end zone. That's a safety. And that'll give Shelby a 16-0 lead with 1:04 to go here in the first quarter. And, yeah, those are things that, when things are going badly, those are the things that happen.
So that gives Shelby a 16-0 lead, and now Bessemer City will have to kick off from their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, they can kick off or they can free kick it or punt it. And
most of the time in high school, you see the kickoff.
Yeah, you do. In the NFL, it's different because those guys can just boom those punts.
Yeah, they can
so
boom those
far
punts and get great hang time. I think maybe in the 40-some years that I've had something to do with high school football, I've seen 2 times that somebody has punted from that situation.
You know, we saw a couple of years ago, Jeff. Actually, let's get a timeout.
I think we've got an injured player over there on about the 10-yard line.
Injured player. We'll take an injury timeout. Shelby 16, Bessemer City 0.
Here's some good news from Foothills Podiatry in Shelby. Foothills Podiatry would like to announce to their Medicare patients their new affiliation with Upperline Health. This is the new service that will give their current and new Medicare patients the opportunity to stay healthy. If you are a traditional Medicare patient and are having foot problems, Foothills Podiatry is here to take care of you. Contact their office for an appointment. They look forward to having you as one of their patients. That's Foothills Podiatry, located at 707 North Morgan Street in Shelby. Visit them online at foothillspodiatry.com.
All right. Yeah, we're showing on Max Preck 14-0 Highland take over Burns, but we got a feeling somebody's doing a funny there because anybody that's approved can go post that score. So we'll have to check. It's the Jam and Jay's Pizza kickoff for Bessemer City after the safety, and it'll be taken by Jalen Newton. And Newton's done everything. He's punted, he's kicked, and he's ran the ball 7 times. And this is fielded by Kendrick Raper. And he's made Man Collins. He's at the 30, 25, 20, cuts back. He's going to go all the way for a touchdown. 70-yard kickoff return for Man Collins.
And for that's about the 5th time he's taken one to the house, and we're just looking for the flags, and we don't have it this time. So, Man Collins, 70. What was it? How long was the return?
Yeah, I'm going to guess about 70. I looked up, and it maybe 65. Let's call it 65.
65-yard kickoff return.
So, and Shelby scores with
50 seconds left. And so it's 22-0. And Grenier is on for the point after. Snaps good, holds good, kick right down Broadway. So that's going to be good.
Hojo Power Sports point after, and the Golden Lions lead 23-0 on your No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard.
Only 30 minutes away is your best deal on a Chevrolet. Listen up, Cleveland County. Did you know you're only minutes away from Fred Caldwell Chevrolet in Clover? It's people you know, like Wayne Gregory. He's been putting Chevrolets in driveways for years, along with Greg Good, who will help you with a payment that will suit your budget. They'll even come pick your car up in Cleveland County, take it to Fred Caldwell Chevrolet, and have it serviced and bring it right back to you. That's Fred Caldwell Chevrolet, Highway 55 in Clover. CF Moto is clicking on all cylinders during their clearance sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Law. Get financing as low as 0% and up to $1,500 cash back on CF Moto models. And check out the Suzuki DRZ 4S motorbike with financing at 4.99% for 36 months. And the Yamaha Let's Ride sales event is underway. Get 0% for 60 months or $3,000 customer cash back. Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk-In Law, online at ncfullthrottlepowersports.com.
Jam and Jay's Pizza kickoff taken around the 13. and taken out to about the 25-yard line. That was returned by Jamarvian Gavin for Bessemer City. Shelby leads 23-0. They've had a couple of touchdown passes. They've had a numbers, tax, and bookkeeping kickoff return for a touchdown by Man Collins, and a safety as the ball was snapped out of the back of the end zone on a punt. And now Bessemer City takes over at the 23-yard line.
Shelby has possessed the ball, again, a total of 2 minutes and 24 seconds in this ball game, and they lead 23-0.
So our understanding is it's Burns 14 to 0 over Highland Tech.
Yeah, you look at the stats, and Burns has all the yardage and all the touchdowns, but the scoreboard has all the points for Highland Tech, and that's another quarterback sneak, and that's going to pick up 2 yards, and a helmet has come off.
And that's of a Bessemer City player, and
Number
that's
3.
The quarterback. It's Tolbert. So Tolbert gets 2. He's going to have to come out of the game for a snap.
So now, who's your quarterback?
Yeah. 2nd down and 8. Tolbert's 4th carry was 2nd carry, and he's had 2 sacks. Now, Wilson has snapped it a few times, number 6 this year, and then other than that, it's been Chastain. And
that's going to be the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, there's 20 on the play clock, but 16 on the game clock. They'll let it run down. After 1 quarter, Shelby 23, Bessemer City nothing on your note, Malarkey. Mr. Sparky of Cherryville scoreboard.
Don't wait till it's freezing cold outside. Now is the time to get your fireplace serviced by Future Energy Company in Shelby. Say you don't have a fireplace? Well, see Woody Padgett and Future Energy Company for all kinds of fireplaces and gas logs. And for those backyard cookouts, check out the Big Green Egg or Grills by Primo and the Broil Master Outdoor Kitchens. Future Energy Company, serving this area since 1983, 130 West Graham Street in Shelby, online at futureenergyco.com.
A small college town could be right for you. Gardner-Webb University is a private Christian liberal arts university in Boiling Springs that was founded in 1905. Whether you're graduating high school, transferring universities, pursuing an advanced degree, or returning to the classroom as an adult, Gardner-Webb has over 80 majors awaiting you. Become a part of Bulldog Nation. More at gardner-webb.edu. Make sure to catch a home-running Bulldogs football game through November 22nd.
Is your home or business in need of a new roof or gutters? Look no further than Gutter Guys. Gutter Guys provides complete gutter and roofing solutions in our entire area, and even in Columbia, South Carolina. With over 22 years experience, Gutter Guys specializes in metal and shingle roofing, seamless gutters, and copper works. If your roof and gutters need some attention, Gutter Guys is here to help you. No job is too big or too small. So give them a call today at 704-879-4384 for Gutter Guys. Serving the Carolinas since 2003.
All right, 2nd down and 8 as we start the second quarter for Bessemer City from their own 25, and they're going to
sweep, and they're going to get a little yardage that time.
Yeah, that was Owens, number 0, his first carry.
He's going to get almost out to the 31-yard line. That's going to make it 3rd down and 2.
So nice 6-yard pickup for Owens. His first carry of the night. It's been Newton's carried it 7 times, Tolbert 4, Brown once, and now Owens once. It's 3rd and 2. Shelby leads 23-0. Land Farmer now 122 yards away from the Cleveland County career passing record. We'll keep an eye on that as the game goes. Clock's running, 11:15 to go, second quarter. Tolbert under center. He'll turn and give it to the second man, and great no-dime with the tackle for loss.
Yeah, that was an attempt again at the play that got such big yardage on that counter play, and then the next 2 times they got no yards and a loss of, well, they're going to say he was tackled at the 27. He put him on the ground at about the 23. But, again, a big loss of yardage. So 10:45 to go in the second quarter, and that's going to force another punting situation, 4th down and 5, maybe 6, Brent.
And, again, another new running back. That was Walt McCoy on that carry. So McCoy and Owens get consecutive carries, 1 for 6, 1 for -4.
Well, McCoy, got the handoff, and hello, Noah Gardner.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you. I mean, Gardner about got there before the ball did. And again, I don't know how this punt got away.
So that's the second consecutive punt that Noah Gardner has been there, and somehow the ball's gone between his arms or he's run past it. before the kick, but either way, he was in there 2 times in a row. Couldn't quite get it. It's not a great punt, Jeff. I think it's out of bounds at the Shelby 48.
I think it's going to be a 27-yard punt. No return. Shelby has it on their own 48-yard line.
Man Collins wanted to pick it up, but it bounced to the Bessemer City sideline and eventually out of bounds. 10-14 to go, second quarter. Golden Lions take over. Handoff. Nope, it's a play action, and now Farmer's going deep. And he's got Man Collins, and he has to come back for it. Makes the catch at the 11. He's going to turn around and walk into the end zone. That's going to be a 52-yard touchdown pass to Man Collins.
2 touchdowns now for Man.
Yeah, 1 on the return game, 1 in the receiving game. And again, Shelby strikes quickly. 1 play, 52-yard pass. And I think Farmer didn't quite get all into that one. You could tell the ball was a little fluttery for him. But the good news is he had Collins down there in one-on-one coverage, and he came back to the football, made the catch, and the defender trying to pivot fell down, and Collins turned around and walked in the end zone. Hojo Power Sports PAT from Grenier is good. Shelby 30, Bessemer City nothing. We'll be right back.
Help! He's back in town.
Yeah, I'm back in town, and this town is going down. It's me, Clint Eats Wood, and I can't be stopped. I eat all the wood I see, and there's nothing you can do.
Someone call H&H Pest Control. They'll stop Clint Eats Wood.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Stop Clint Eatswood before he destroys your home. Call H&H Pest Control and Waterproofing at 704-482-2847. Online at hhpci.com.
All right, we're back for Jim Jay's Pizza Kickoff. That was a numbers, tax, and bookkeeping 52-yard touchdown pass, land Farmer to Emmanuel Man Collins. And now, Jeff, I look down, I see Kendrick Raper with the catch. Collins has a touchdown catch. Williams has a touchdown catch. And Roseboro has 3 catches. One of those is a touchdown. And Grenier's Jam Jay's Pizza Kickoff to about the 13. And that's, looks like number 7, Justin Tate. And again, pretty good coverage there. Boone Weiss, Grady Nodine. Gets Bessemer City inside the 25.
So how many yards passing does
Farmer needs 70. 70 more passing yards to become the Cleveland County all-time career passing leader. Bessemer City starts at their 24.
Shelby's only had 3 possessions starting on a first down, and they basically run, I think they've run about 9 plays to get those 3 touchdowns, and several of those plays were penalties.
Shotgun formation this time, a different look. They handed off. They had 4 receivers out.
Good hard run by the running
run.
back. He's going to pick up about 4 yards before being thrown back.
You know, Newton, he's alone. He's 220, and it took 2 or 3 guys to get him down again.
Yep. And that's the first time that they've lined up in the formations that Shelby's seen. That time they were in the shotgun with 1 back, and there was a nice little hole that opened, and he ran through the hole. It closed pretty quickly, but you can make a living picking up 4 yards on first down usually.
Yeah, and they tried to spread Shelby out that time with the 4 wideouts, and they're going to do it again and go back to that same look. Shelby with 5 DBs in there. You got Key, Corey, Williams.
Same play, and oh man, that was close to really opening up.
Tyson Williams made a good tackle to keep that from busting out to a big play.
You're going to get about 4. Yeah, it's going to be another 4-yard gain. So back-to-back 4-yard gains. Actually, that's going to be a 5-yard gain. So that's going to make it 3rd down and 1.
That was Owens that time in the backfield. He gets 5.
But you're right, Tyson Williams. He made a nice play because that looks like there was going to be a lot of open field in front of that running back.
3rd and
1.
Maybe even, yeah. I guess it's a full 1. Yep.
8:20 left in the second quarter. Golden Lions lead 30-0.
Can't tell if that's Owens. Owens is 5'11", 201, and Newton's 6', 220. So they got 2 big backs.
Timeout, Bessemer City.
All right, we'll take it with 8:13 to go. Second quarter, 30-0, Golden Lions.
It's a Sealy Mattress blowout sale at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby. Never before have the prices been reduced this much. It's an inventory clearance on in-store Sealy mattresses. Get the sleep you deserve at a price you can afford. Also in stock, those hard-to-get Speed Queen washers and dryers. Come in and see Paige and like their Facebook page, too. Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. On the right going down, on the left coming up.
Go! We're going down to the Honda shop. I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
Get on your Honda and ride red during the Ride Red Summer Sales Event at Honda Motorcycles in Shelby. For over 45 years, Honda Motorcycles of Shelby has been serving this area with sales, parts, and service. And now get low-rate financing during the Honda Ride Red Sales Event. Use your bonus bucks on accessories, a down payment, or the Honda Care Protection Plan during the Ride Red Summer Sales Event. Going on now at Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard. Online at HondaMotorcyclesofShelby.com.
Short yardage, and
I think they're going to give him a really nice, generous spot for the first down, but there wasn't much there, Brent.
Nah, there wasn't much. They lined up in a, not really the heavy package, more of like a wing T look, and hand it off from under center. And
officially, he picked up a yard. That is another first down, and again, that's a gutter guard of Kings Mountain first down. Now, that is only the fourth gutter guard first down, and three of them have been by Bessemer City. Shelby has 4 touchdowns and a safety and 1 first down. That tells you big plays.
Yeah, big plays, and new running back in is number 4, Gavin, I think, back there. I could be wrong. No, that's 0.
That's 0. That's Jaden Owens.
Yes, Owens has been this whole drive so far. He's carried 3 times for 10 yards on this drive. Now he gets another carry. That's 4 straight. Gets another yard, maybe 2.
Yep, I think just 1. So it's going to make it second down and 9. But, one thing Bessemer City is doing, they are possessing the football. It's down to 7:20 left in this first half. Goal line's up 30-0. Again, Shelby's touchdown drives, 42 seconds, 1 minute and 42 seconds, 14 seconds. And then they also had a kickoff return that probably took about 9 seconds.
Yeah, it's a team that's 1-7, I think is their record. And
they're showing some fight, Brent.
Yeah, and they don't look bad to the eye. I mean, they've got 2 big running backs.
I am still trying to figure out how did they lose to Highland Tech.
Yeah. Second down 9. Snap it with 4 on the play clock. Pass rush from the outside. He avoids.
He did a smart thing. He avoided Noah Gartner. Then he stepped up and hello, Julius Brooks. Julius Brooks was coming, and he had some ill will as he was coming, and quarterback did a smart thing. He laid down.
Yeah, he slid.
He slid down.
Gave himself up.
And he's seen that in college and professional. He just slid down. Now generally they don't slide down when they're in the pocket, but he was about to get racked up, so he just slid down. So loss of
sack.
2, so third down and 11.
And that's the second sack for Brooks. First one lost 9 yards. This one loses 2. And we got us a third and long. 5:56 to go. Clock running. High snap. Tolbert rolls right. Gets pressure from Malachi Hopper. Ball knocked down by Jaden Williams.
Yep, Williams made a great play. One arm in front, knocked it down. And even if that pass had been complete, it was going to be a completion of about 4 yards. So that's going to be 4th down. And so here's the thing. Shelby, the last 2 times that Bessemer City's had to punt, I have not figured out how the ball got out, because there have been 1 or 2 golden lines dead on top of the punter. I think one went underneath an arm.
Yeah, and it's been Gardner twice, and he's not on the outside. Norris is on the outside. He's just inside Norris on the right side. Let's see if he gets in there again. This time they kick it straight to the Shelby sideline out of bounds. I think it's going to be about the 48 of Shelby. All right, 46 of Bessemer City. Excuse me. So, all right, Shelby with excellent field position.
13-yard punt. That was the best job of blocking that Bessemer City had done. He would actually had some time to get that off, but I think he might be just a little bit gun shy.
Yeah, and they found Noah Gartner that time and blocked him, but he kicked it right at us up here in the booth.
Yeah, 5:40 left in the first half. Shelby 1st and 10 on the Bessemer 46-yard line.
Woods, the running back. Little pass out in the flat to Raper, and he's just sprinting down the sideline. He's going to go untouched. 20, 15, 10. He's going to get a little taunting penalty, unfortunately.
Yeah, and he deserved it. He was kind of like waving back at the young man he ran past. So
now here's the question:
that
takes the touchdown away? They threw the flag, and they're going to.
It was not a dead ball foul.
Yeah, so he turned around at about the 6-yard line to let the DB know that they couldn't catch him, and unfortunately he did it before he scored, and so they're going to negate his touchdown and call a penalty at the 6-yard line. That's going to be a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and those are the kinds of penalties you just don't need.
No, you just don't need those.
So it's going to be a 40-yard pass because it was the 46-yard line. The penalty flag's at the 6. My assumption is they mark off 15 from there, but they're going to actually say touchdown is good, and they're going to penalize Shelby on the kickoff.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
so I take it back. It is a touchdown.
So that was a 58-yard.
46.
46 yards, and that was
Raper.
Yep.
So lesson learned there for Mr. Young Raper. But again, a one-play drive, and that was just nothing, Jeff, but a pass right out in the flat and let your playmaker make a play. And that he did. And with 5:30 to go, Matt Grenier's lined up for another Hojo Power Sports of Shelby point after touchdown.
Goal line's having a hard time getting all 7 linemen up. Now they're ready.
J.J. Williams gets out there. Still 10 seconds to go. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. It's good. 37-0. Golden Lions lead it on your No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard.
For over 60 years, through 3 generations, Hoyle Plumbing has been the reliable source for all your plumbing needs. Whether residential or commercial, our skilled technicians can handle your every plumbing issue. Rather tackle the job yourself? Hoyle Plumbing has a parts counter well-stocked and open to the public with knowledgeable people to answer any plumbing question you may have. Reach out to us today at HoylePlumbing.com. That's H-O-Y-L-E plumbing.com. Your hometown plumber for over 60 years, Hoyle Plumbing is here for you.
It's time to close that pool. Get it done right. Get it done by a professional from Innovative Pool Designs in Kings Mountain or Belmont. Have it winterized with the right amount of chemicals so it'll be ready to go next spring. And with Old Man Winter around the corner, Innovative Pool Designs has those hot tubs and saunas. Visit the locations, 629 East King Street in Kings Mountain, and now open at 6426 Wilkinson Boulevard in Belmont. Online at ipdnc.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
Jamie J's Pizza kickoff. Matt Grenier. Short one, taking that to 34, drop by Owens. He still doesn't have it. It's on the ground. It's still on the ground. And I think it's finally recovered by Bessemer City at their 26
number 51. 2 or 3 Golden Lions had a chance at it, but nobody could actually get their hands on it.
Josh Marlowe, a freshman, got down there on top of it and avoided some disaster. Bessemer City will start at their 26. And they're trailing big time, 37-0 to Shelby. Land Farmer on that touchdown pass of 46 is now 24 yards away from the Cleveland County all-time career passing record. Again, held by fine young gentleman, Ben Mooney from Burns High School, now quarterback at Gardner-Webb University here in Cleveland County.
5:20 left in this first half. Golden Lions 37-0. Shelby has possessed the ball for 2 minutes and 50 seconds so far. And that's not including the kickoff return. I couldn't tell you exactly how long that was. It couldn't have been more than 10 seconds. Another timeout, Bessemer City.
Yep, they take it. 5:20 to go. We'll take a quick break.
Escape the elements and get back to comfortable with James River Equipment's Back to Cool special. Step inside a John Deere 3R, 4R, or 5E 3-cylinder tractor and enjoy the ultimate operator experience. The premium cab keeps you out of the dust, dirt, and bugs, while air ride seats and quiet climate-controlled interior lets you focus on getting more done. With up to $5,000 off and 0% financing for 72 months, there's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. James River delivers. Ends 9/26/25 with approved credit from John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
James River Equipment Company, 703 North Post Road, Shelby.
Bessemer City takes their second time out of the half, and there's 5:20 to go. 1st and 10, Yellow Jackets at their 26. There's been a bunch of numbers, tacks, and bookkeeping touchdowns for the Golden Lions. Land Farmer's got 4 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers. You got to love to see that. And you got to remember that's Calvin Ramseur's out, so Kendrick Raper's getting the start there, and he's got 2 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown. And every starting receiver for Shelby's caught a touchdown pass.
Back to the double slot, quarterback under center, and once again,
Raper's got to come out, and so Kahari Corey in for the.
I've talked to Big Greg Jones, and Greg says these Nike pants, they ride up, and it's driving him crazy that they're being sent off the field. There's nothing wrong with the pants, but they do ride up, and they don't cover the knees.
Tolbert under center, wing T, and they're going to pitch it, but nobody's there.
And he's going to get on it.
He tried to pitch it to Owens, and Owens was already out of the way. We've got an injured lineman for Bessemer City.
55. I think we can probably take a break here, Brent.
Yeah, 5:10 to go. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Bring the family out for a night of great food and fun at Jam & J's Pizza Factory in Shelby. They're open Tuesday through Sunday. Try their big buffet and salad bar. You're going to love it, with special pricing for seniors and kids. The kids will also love the big game room. This Christian-based company is locally owned and operated. You can order online at jamandjspizza.com. Take out, curbside, or delivery, all available by calling 980-303-2792. Jam & J's Pizza Factory, 1011 Grove Street, off Highway 74 East in Shelby. Applying for a car loan has never been easier than now at Jeff's Auto Sales in Lincoln and Shelby. Just apply online and get your financing pre-approved. Just go to jeffsautosales.com. And remember, they are the home of the $500 down payment. And shop online for your next vehicle. See the entire selection, pick out the one you want, and just apply online. That's Jeff Auto Sales, 3081 East Highway 27 in Lincoln, 4490 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Again, apply online at jeffsautosales.com. Service, dependability, value, fast delivery, and more. All during the Labor Day all-month-long sales event going on now at Kimball's Furniture in Shelby. Big lift recliners only $6.99. Sofas and love seats are $4.49 each. Reclining love seats, $749. And get ready for football with a big 55-inch TV, $5.99. Labor Day savings all month long at Kimball's Furniture, 300 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
All right, the injured player was 55, Braden Jones. When we come back, that play, Jeff lost 9 yards, and I guess we'll have to give it to Tolbert because he pitched it and fell on it. Second down, 19.
And it's a handoff up the gut, and they're going to pick up about 1 yard. That's going to make it 3rd down and 17.
Uh-oh. 0 and 4. We're yapping over there, and flags come out.
I think you're going to call it on both.
I think. Yeah, I was going to say, Newton's back at fullback that time. And like you said, I think he got maybe a yard. They got to get to the 46. All right, they called it unsportsmanlike on just Shelby. So we're marking off 15. It's going to be shy of the first down, but it's going to be.
Well, I watched the official that threw the flag, and he walked over. He walked over to the referee, and he made the unsportsmanlike conduct, pointed both ways, and then did the decline, which means it's offsetting penalties. But apparently, that's not what I saw him do. But that's not what they called. So it's going to be 3rd down and 3 now.
So no gain then for Newton, and it's 3rd and short. And they're going to hand off to the fullback again. He's going to do his thing. He's plowing
great
forward.
Move, great run. He's going to get 5 or 6 yards for another first down.
And he just carries players. I mean, he was hit pretty quickly. And he just keeps going. Big, hard run by Jalen Newton.
So that's going to be first down out to the 38-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. Again, they've got 4 first downs for the night. Golden Lions only have 1. Golden Lions do have 5 touchdowns, but only 1 first down. It's been definitely a big play offense tonight for the Golden Lions. In fact, the only thing that stopped the big play offense have been penalties called against Shelby.
So 1st and 10, another first down. That's what do we call it? A gutter guard first down.
Now we got an empty backfield, quarterback under center with an empty backfield, and he's going to run a quarterback sneak, and he's not going to get much.
Who got him from behind? That was Killius Hunt. And now all kinds of stuff going on.
Well, what happened was 2 of the Yellow Jackets double-teamed Raper way over there on North Gaston sideline and threw him down to the ground. And then Derek Key saw that, and he ran up and shoved one of those guys after they had thrown Raper to the ground. I just happened to be looking over there. So 2 guys grabbed Raper, threw him to the ground, and then Key tried to take care of him. And what we're going to get is we're going to get offsetting penalties for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Literally, they threw their flags and their hats.
Yeah.
I mean, the officials. There was just stuff flying everywhere. And coaches were grabbing players, too. So the Bessemer City coaches were grabbing their guys. And
Coach Wilbanks has asked for a conversation with the referee right now, the white hat.
Well, that's the 3rd instance with Raper. And so there's some bad blood between a couple of those guys out there. And you know how that can well up sometimes.
Yeah. Well, Raper did do the dismissive sign as he was scoring the touchdown, and
ever since that play, there's been 2
guys trying to block him right away.
Yeah.
And again, we're waiting right now because Coach Wilbanks has asked for a conversation with the official. I got to be real honest. Coach Wilbanks has seen this movie too many times where he's seeing the flags all go against him, and he feels like the other team's doing the same thing. And I'm just telling you what we're seeing looking down at the field.
So offsetting, the play didn't happen. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
3:45 remaining here in the first half.
So Bryson Brown out, Omarius Moore in at safety. And high snap, handoff to Newton, and there's Noah Gardner and again in the backfield. He's just coming off that end with a burst that the left tackle can't handle right now. Call it a loss of 1. So 2nd and 11. And Newton's definitely run really hard tonight.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with those 2 young men.
Yeah, those guys are big, strong backs, and so you see a team like that has players, and you wonder how are they 1-7, and only scored 15 is their most they've scored all year because they've got playmakers.
Of course, we're talking about their playmakers, and they've not come close to scoring tonight either.
That's true. So. 2nd and 11. Shotgun this time, and Tolbert's going to throw it, and it's nearly picked by Corey. And then he's pushed down by the receiver, Gavin, making sure he didn't hold on to it. And Corey's like, how did I not? How did I pick
he got
that?
both hands on it.
This is the first game. Well, Ramseur's out. I was going to say this is almost the first game Shelby's had all their DBs healthy. But they don't because Ramseur's out. But they've got Jaden Williams back, they've got Kahari Corey back, and they've got Omarius Moore back. But now you got Ramseur out and Camp out. And so, as I think you and Coach talked about it in the coaches' conversation, it's just been like that all year.
Talking to Coach Wilbanks, he said the last time they had their entire team was when they played South Mecklenburg in that scrimmage. And they looked really good, and we thought South Mecklenburg was awful. South Mecklenburg's not been as bad as their record right now as we thought. But starting with that Greer scrimmage, that's when the injuries just started piling up. Well. And that was just a jailbreak. And Noah Gartner has been involved in every one of them, but that was Noah Gartner and Killius Hunt and
Boone
Weiss, and the poor quarterback tried to throw it away, and Gartner just slapped it sideways, so that's going to be an incomplete pass. And now to receive, back to receive again, Man Collins. He's standing on the Shelby 40-yard line.
Just think if there was no penalties on any of his returns, he might have a school record. He'd have about 7.
He'd have about 7 returns.
He's back there about the 37. There's still 2:33 to go in the first quarter.
First half.
Shelby's got all 3 timeouts. And back to punt. And they're going this time Gardner gets it. And it's picked off out of the air by Raper at the 40. They throw a flag. And you can't, Raper's going to take this 15, 10, 5, all the way for the touchdown. So it's a block that looked like he blocked the kick, and it went straight up in the air. Raper picked it up and did a bunch of juking and jiving and ran it back for a touchdown, but they threw a flag for running the kicker. So.
Yeah, they're going to call roughing the kicker, and then they've got all manner of flags.
Hats, everything's on the field.
Afterwards.
Yeah, so there's a couple of blocks in the back. What do you do on a play like this? I thought he got a piece of it. He essentially tackled the guy as he was punting it.
Well, but see, he wasn't back in punt formation.
Yeah.
He was standing like a quarterback.
Yeah.
And Gardner went after him like he was a quarterback, and I guess you can't hit him when he's punting the ball. But what's happening now is away from the ball, there's a lot of cheap shots going on, and I saw a couple of Golden Lions have never been involved in anything before that were in the midst of that. So
yeah, so like you said, he was only about 5 yards back like a shotgun, and it was a quick, like one of those quarterback quick kicks.
And he stepped forward, and so Gardner went after him because he stepped forward, and then he kicked it.
And almost tackled him as he was kicking. The ball goes maybe 5 yards forward, straight up in the air. Raper catches it out of the air near the Bessemer City hash mark, and then ran it back towards the Shelby sideline and juked and jived all the way for a touchdown. Well, there's a flag where the punt was made. There's 2 flags over here on the Shelby sideline near
there's a cap.
There's a cap thrown. And the white hat and the official that's capless, because he had to throw it, are over here talking to Coach Wilbanks. Coach Wilbanks has a very disappointed walk behind him, because probably all the penalties most likely are on the Golden Lions. Defense is going back out there, which means I think what we might get is running into the kicker and then a block in the back also. But can you take
all they've got is roughing the kicker. That's all he signaled. He signaled roughing the kicker. So that's going to be a first down due to penalty.
It was 4th and 11.
But that's a 15-yard penalty, so.
Yep. But you're right. They only signaled 1 penalty. So maybe it was, hey, we can only call 1 of these. Now, had the return stood, they probably would have had the other penalty for the block. So it's 15-yard penalty, first down.
2:28 left in this first half.
And again, a fairly penalty-filled game for the Golden Lions.
6 penalties, 60 yards.
Yep. Now the Golden Lions have about 13 guys on the field on defense, and now I think
we're back to 11.
Okay,
now.
We're back to 11. So 1st and 10 at the Shelby 47 for Bessemer City. And Tolbert's going to throw it. Again, pressure from Hunt this time. He just throws into the no man's land.
Well, that's intentional grounding in high school. I mean, it's intentional grounding in college. I mean, it didn't get to the line of scrimmage. I mean, he threw it into nothing, and they are now going to call it. That is intentional grounding.
Yeah, there was no receiver, but it was 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage,
right,
where there was nobody in.
And he was literally he was running for his life, is what he was doing.
Yeah.
And so the intentional grounding should be at the spot of the pass, and then it's 5 yards from the spot. Now the official over on the other side, he's confused. He was trying to say it's a 5-yard penalty. In high school, it's a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the pass, and it is a loss of down. In college, it's simply I think in college and the pros, it's just down where the pass was thrown. But in high school, it's still a 5-yard penalty after that. So that's going to be. So it turns out to be
19 yards.
A 19-yard penalty.
So 2nd and 29 for the Yellow Jackets. 2:22 to go still here in the first half.
Homecoming court making their way to the other side of the field now.
Tolbert back to throw and hit as he's thrown the ball's on the
ground.
The ball's
on the ground. He tried to throw it, and it was taken. It was knocked out of his hands, and it's going to be a turnover. Golden Lions have recovered.
Yeah, he went to throw it, and when he was went forward, there was no ball because it had been knocked out and recovered, I think, by Gartner and Hunt. And also in the fray was 74, Kendall Smith.
So Shelby's going to take over on the Bessemer 25-yard line.
So
2:14 left here in this first half. Shelby up 37-0.
25-yard line. So
first turnover of the night.
First turnover of the night. If Farmer can throw a 25-yard touchdown pass, he's got the county record. He's going to throw it. Man Collins has it. He's at the 20, and he's going to be dragged down about the 17.
So it's going to be an 8-yard gain. Do we have any incomplete passes? Has Farmer thrown an incomplete pass?
He has one incomplete pass.
Okay. That's right. It was about 1 inch too high.
Yep.
Yeah. So 2nd down and 2.
So 8 yards for Collins. And he'll turn and play action. He's looking. Now he gets late pressure, and Farmer's going to throw it on the run. Back of the end zone. Collins, touchdown. And that's it. That pass and catch should give Land Farmer the all-time, unless there's a flag.
Well, I think maybe there's an ineligible man downfield because he did run around for quite some time.
Boy, that would have been a fitting one to get the record on.
But, yeah, it will be an ineligible man downfield. And when the quarterback runs around like that, the tendency is to get downfield. And the thing is, you can be blocking a man downfield, and it doesn't matter. So it's going to be 2nd down and 7.
Moves it back to about the 22-yard line. And he's going to throw it out complete to Williams. And Williams has some space, 10, and down around the 5 or 6.
And that's going to be the second first down for the Golden Lions tonight.
So 16 yards.
So 1st and goal from the 6.
And he's tied the all-time record.
Unofficially.
Unofficially. But I would assume if he gets 6 more, he's got it. And play action, throw, Collins out in the flat, 5-4-3, dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Man Collins, and that should do it for Land Farmer as the all-time Cleveland County career passing leader. And he's going to do it on a 6-yard touchdown pass to Man Collins with 1:02 to go here in the first half. And that's Collins' 2nd touchdown reception, 3rd touchdown of the game. Matt Grenier in for Hojo Power Sports. Point after touchdown It's good. He's perfect on the night. Shelby 44. Bessemer City nothing. 1:02 to go. First half. We'll be right back.
Yes, Cleveland County, there is a local Ford dealer in our area that wants to be your go-to for your next Ford, and that's Legendary Ford in Forest City. First of all, Legendary Ford in Forest City is locally owned and operated by folks that live right here. Plus, they offer the best in service. You get service after the sale. Locals serving local folks just like you. That's Legendary Ford, 565 Oak Street in Forest City, online at legendaryford.com. Let me give you 12 good reasons to shop for your new commercial vehicle at Legendary Ford in Forest City. Better yet, how about 12 times 12 good reasons? How about 144 brand new commercial vehicles on the lot now at Legendary Ford in Forest City? They are your locally owned and operated commercial vehicle headquarters with the owners right there on site. And they're ready to go to work for you. See for yourself at Legendary Ford, 565 Oak Street in Forest City, online at legendaryford.com.
Grenier with a Jam & J's Pizza kickoff.
Taking on the run and got a nice return that time by Bessemer City. And that was taken on the run at the 17-yard line, and that's by far the best return that they've had tonight.
Yeah, that was fun looking because the one guy looked like he was going to receive it, and the other guy came from nowhere.
Jumped in front of him and took it.
Caught it at full speed.
And that returns all the way out to the 39-yard line. If you're just joining us, Shelby leads 44-0 in a game that I believe Shelby has run the ball one time. And I think it was the very first play. They got him bone right, ran 12 read to the fullback, and I think every play after that has been a pass.
It has been, but there's only been 11 of those.
Yeah.
So only 12 offensive plays run by Shelby.
56 seconds left in this first half.
Tolbert's in the shotgun. They've got one timeout. And over the head is the snap, and Tolbert's going to have to fall on it way back at the 25. They finally get pretty good field position. They should give.
And when this play is over, Raper was shoved beyond the benches. And a flag comes out.
Raper didn't want to come out. He says, "I'm good, Coach. It's all them," but Coach says, let's get you over here anyway. He puts Kahari Corey over on that sideline. So the snap's all the way back to the 25. That loses 14 yards, and then tack on the penalty yardage. And is that a half the distance? I can't.
Yeah, that's half the distance. So it's it turns out to be a 13-yard penalty. And so Bessemer City's had it out for Raper. I mean,
yeah, they have.
I looked over there, and Raper is on the track behind the Bessemer City bench, and he didn't go there on his own.
Yeah. Handoff. I believe.
What a heck of a run. He is all the way up to the 20-yard line, and there wasn't much there.
No, and that was Newton again. Man, he is just a beast.
He is a beast.
That was second and 38, or 37, by the way.
And that should do it for the first half.
So he's at the 20. They got to get the 48. He got 9. Pretty good little run. Yep, that'll do it for the first half. Shelby 44, Bessemer City nothing. We'll take a break. We'll come back with our halftime show, sponsored by Gardner-Webb University. We'll also have our James River equipment stats and recap of the first half. We'll also give you some Mr. Sparky No Malarkey, Mr. Sparky scoreboards from around the area. We'll do all that after this.
The Drive into Fall event is underway at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Shelby, putting performance in your hands. Just announced, finance and get 0% APR for 72 months or $7,750 retail cash allowance toward the purchase of a brand new 2025 Dodge Charger Daytona. For details, see Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby during the Drive into Fall event. Make tax time easy on yourself by seeing Mark Patty and Associates in Shelby. Whether individual or corporate, they can help you with your tax preparation with professional service. And for businesses, they do bookkeeping and payroll. Mark Patty is an enrolled agent, and they can help with Medicare supplements, life insurance, and long-term care. Make tax time easy. See Mark Patty and Associates, 724 South Morgan Street in Shelby. Call 704-471-1414 for Mark Patty and Associates.
Who's the full-service insurance agency that can process all types of insurance? The answer, Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They represent over 20 major insurance carriers, quality and top names like Auto Owners, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Liberty Mutual, and Travelers. Maxwell B. Hamrick, dedicated to its customers just like they've been since the 1950s, and also dedicated to Cleveland County high school football. Offices in Shelby and Boiling Springs. Manager Bill Daves invites you by.
Charlotte Realtors can talk till they're blue in the face about Gaston County, and they won't scratch the surface of what Moss Realty knows. Moss Realty has been serving Gaston County and the surrounding counties for over 25 years. Owner Warren and his team know the quality of life this side of the river. When it's your time to buy or sell a home, trust the real Gaston County experts at Moss Realty. They'll use their personal knowledge of the community to help you find your perfect home. Connect with them at 704-865-5555 or online at mossrealty.com.
You guys having a party too?
Yeah, just having some friends over for the game. Is that safe?
More plugs, more power.
You're all ready for the game. 4 new outlets, all with USB, and the projector's hooked up to a new dedicated line.
Oh, heck no.
What happened to the game? He likes to do it all himself, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's Bob Malarkey.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
For nearly 50 years, the K family at Numbers Bookkeeping and Income Tax Service in Shelby have been taking care of your bookkeeping and income tax needs in Shelby, Cleveland County, and the surrounding area. They feature a staff of enrolled agents and experienced tax professionals. Make sure you get every advantage you deserve. That's Numbers Bookkeeping and Income Tax Service, 707 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Give them a call at 704-484-2783. Online at numbersofshelby.com. They are there for you. Okie Knipe used to say, if it's round and it rolls, see Okies Tire in Shelby. Sure, they have tires for your cars and trucks, but what else? They have lawnmower tires, trailer tires, and even tractor tires. Yes, if it's round and it rolls, Okies Tire can help. See Chris and Ken today and drive away with your new set of tires from Okies Tire, 800 West Warren Street in Shelby. Call 704-487-7392. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Closed from 1 to 2 for lunch. At Okies Tire in Shelby. I want you to love your plumbing as much as I love mine. That's why I want you to call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. It's fall of the year, and Olmsted Plumbing is excited about prepping for the fall season. Changing weather always triggers broken water lines and stopped up drains. It's also time to winterize your home, service your well pump system, clean your gutters, downspouts, and storm drains. For an ounce of prevention or a pound of cure, call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. 828-245-7302. Offices at 470 Washington Street in Forest City and now at 1204 South Post Road in Shelby.
Some people say there are doers and there are dreamers. But what's wrong with a little dreaming, especially when it's shared? With hard work, little dreams grow into big ones. At Kubota, we know that your work never stops, and we're inspired by those who dream. But our equipment is built for dreamers and doers, like you. Kubota, built for those who do.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive, Kings Mountain. Since 1968, Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs has been serving this area with a full line of automotive products, including oils, transmission fluids, antifreeze, filters, chemicals, parts, and supplies for all types of automobiles and trucks, with many brands to choose from. They sell to individuals or wholesale. Just visit the walk-in counter. Putnam Distributors, 1626 Peterson Drive off Highway 180 south of Shelby. Call 704-487-9395 or visit the website at PutnamDistributors.com. Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs, offering quality automotive parts and supplies for over 50 years.
All right, welcome back to our Gardner-Webb University Stadium halftime show. It's homecoming here. You hear Principal Wortman doing the announcements there, but I'm going to turn it over to Jeff for our James River Equipment of Shelby stats and recap of the first half.
Recap of the first half with 7:10 left in the first quarter. J.J. Williams, a 69-yard touchdown pass from Land Farmer. Matt Grenier's point after, and it was 7-0 Shelby. With 2:45 left in the first quarter, 7-yard touchdown pass. Lorenzo Roseborough from Farmer. Grenier's point after made it 14-0. With 1:04 left in the first quarter, safety, the ball was snapped over the punter's head out of the end zone. Shelby led 16-0. And with 50 seconds left in the first quarter, Man Collins, a 65-yard kickoff return for touchdown. Grenier's point after good, 23-0 Shelby. That was into the first quarter. With 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Man Collins, a 52-yard touchdown pass from Farmer. Grenier's point after made it 30-0 Shelby. With 5:30 left in the second quarter, Kendrick Raper, a 46-yard touchdown pass from Farmer. Grenier's point after made it 37-0. And with 1:02 left in the first half, Man Collins, a 6-yard touchdown pass from Farmer, and Grenier's point after made it 44-0. The Golden Lions have 2 first downs in the entire first half. 2 first downs and 6 touchdowns. The Golden Lions have been penalized 7 times for 65 yards. The Bessemer City Yellow Jackets, they have 5 first downs, and they've been penalized 4 times for 42 yards. They did turn the ball over once. They lost 1 fumble. Golden Lions turned that fumble into points immediately. Shelby has only had the ball on offense 5 times. First time they had it for 42 seconds, touchdown. Second time, 1:42, touchdown. Third time, 14 seconds, touchdown. Fourth time, 10 seconds and touchdown. Fifth time, 1:12 and a touchdown. And the 2 times that Shelby's had the ball more than a minute, there have been at least 1 penalty that stopped touchdowns. So it's been all Golden Lions, which is pretty much what we expected. And that's why they're up 44-0.
Yeah, let's look at some stats. We'll start with Bessemer City getting the start at quarterback tonight. Adrian Tolbert, he was 0 for 5. Passing, so no passing yards. Rushing, Jaden Owens carried it 5 times for 17 yards. Walt McCoy, 1 for -4. Tolbert carried it 8 times for -48 and lost a fumble. Jalen Newton was the story, though. 11 carries, 49 yards. And Niceer Brown had 1 carry that was for 18 yards. They had 32 yards on 26 carries net with 1 lost fumble. So 32 total yards for Bessemer City. Take away the sack yardage, it looks like they get about 80 yards of positive offense. For Shelby, rushing, 1 rush, and you called it. First play of the game, 5-yard run by Jonas Woods. Other than that, it's been 10 out of 11 for Land Farmer, 253 yards, 5 touchdowns. If you could repeat this in the second half, I've never seen 4 receivers with 100 yards receiving, but that's the pace that Shelby's on right now. Kendrick Raper, 2 catches, 52 yards and a touchdown. Man Collins, 3 catches, 66 yards and 2 touchdowns. J.J. Williams, 2 catches, 85 yards and 1 touchdown. And Lorenzo Roseborough, 3 catches, 50 yards and 1 touchdown.
Well, the second quarter will have the second half will be a running clock the entire time.
Yep.
It's just kind of a shame that 2 teams are so mismatched and having to play. You want to go over some scores, Brent? I've got some right
Yeah,
in
go
front.
ahead and give us some scores.
All right. A score that has some to do with Shelby. Mount Airy leads Surrey Central 49-7. Surrey Central is 0-8. Mount Airy 6-2. Mount Airy looks like they're going to get the number 1 seed in the West when it comes down to the 3A. Wallace Rose Hill leading Rosewood 52-0. And I mentioned Wallace Rose Hill. They're a 3A school again, but they're in the same classification that Shelby is, and they had a knockdown drag out just a few years ago. Crest leads Ashbrook, but it's only 14-7. They scored the first time they had the ball, led 7-0, and since then it's been 7 apiece. So at halftime, Crest leads 14-7. Kings Mountain has scored a touchdown just before the end of the first half, and they lead Hunter S 13-7. Their point after was missed. Stuart Kramer at the end of the second quarter only up on Cherryville 14-7. Stuart Kramer is one of the hardest to understand teams. I mean, they hung in there, tight with Shelby. They upset Lincoln, and then they come off that upset of Lincoln playing Cherryville, and Cherryville has really improved a lot this year. They're 4-4, and they're only trailing 14-7 just before half. Burns leads Highland Tech 42-0, and I don't care if your scoreboard says Highland Tech 42-0 Burns. It's Burns with the 42 points. West Lincoln leads East Gaston 27-14. Mountain Heritage leading Hendersonville 22-20, and those are both teams that are ranked ahead of Shelby in the 3A. So one of them's going to pick up a victory, and the other's going to get a loss. But they're going to be helped because they're going to lose to a team that's 8-1. East Rutherford is trailing East Burke. East Burke has kind of caught fire, and I believe former Burns assistant and Chase head coach is the coach at East Burke, and they defeated Chase last week, and that was a sweet victory for him. He's got East Burke playing well. They lead East Rutherford 24-14 at halftime. And those are the local scores that I have. Brent's probably got some more.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking through this Burns and think you're right. So they've got this score by quarters correctly for Burns, but they've got this is Max Preps we're talking about. Has Highland Tech ahead. Did you mention that East Rutherford score?
Yeah, they're trailing 24-14, and I mentioned that East Burke had a big victory last week against Chase, and the former head coach at Chase is now the head coach at East Burke, so that was a big victory for them. And they're 3-5, but they've won. I think it might have won 2 in a row going into this game, and they're playing really well right now.
Yeah, let's look at some of these 3A scores. High Brighton over Patton. Polk County, 55-7 over Avery County.
Polk County, another team that's in the 3A that Shelby could be going up against in the playoffs.
You had that West Lincoln score, right?
27-14 over East Gaston.
Yeah.
Thomas Jefferson Classville Academy leads Union Academy 19-17. That's two teams that are 3-5.
Walkertown, that's a team that's up there in the rankings. They're up 24-0 over Carver.
And that's a team I think Shelby played in that COVID spring year. They defeated Walkertown here pretty substantially.
Let's see. Yeah, Thomas Jefferson leading. Kinston leads big. Mount Airy 49-10. Their team, I think Mount Airy's up there in the top 10 as well in the 3A.
I think they're 1 or 2 right now.
Yeah, they're 6-2, so must have a good strength of schedule. So we're still doing homecoming festivities. Let's take one more break. When we come back, we should be able to give you the homecoming queen here at Shelby High School. Again, this is the Gardner-Webb University Stadium halftime show. Shelby leads Bessemer City 44-0 on your Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard.
The automobile rates have never been better than now at Reed Lindsay State Farm Insurance Agency in Shelby. If you're in the market for automobile insurance, now is the time to see Reed Lindsay State Farm Insurance. Their mission is to help people manage the risk of everyday life and help you recover from the unexpected and realize your dreams. You'll find a friendly staff that will work hard for you and your insurance needs. From auto to home to property, life insurance, and more, see Reed Lindsay State Farm Insurance Agency, 1671 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, online at reedlindsay.com. Don't wait. Get an SNR Auto Sales now for your best deal. Buy here, pay here at SNR Auto Sales in Shelby. On the lot now, you'll find a 2014 Volkswagen Jetta Sport Wagon for $11,995. Or how about a 2013 Ford F-150 truck for $19,995. And a 2010 Mazda CX-9 for $59,995. To see the complete inventory, go online at SNRAutoSales.com. See Susie or Richie today at SNR Auto Sales, 417 South Post Road in Shelby. Like them on Facebook too.
Sizzleman Son Paint and Body Shop wishes all Cleveland County High School sports teams a successful season. A local family-owned business for 26 years, Sizzleman Son offers auto and truck body repair and painting, motorcycle refinishing, and dent removal. They're known for the quality of their work, their experienced staff, and their dedication to customers. In their own words, we work for our customers, not for the insurance companies. We have your best interest in mind. Call 704-730-0050 or stop in 2027 Shelby Road in Kings Mountain. They're there when you need them.
Don't get hosed on your hydraulic hose connections. See the hose man, Charles Cabinets at Shelby Auto Parts, your CarQuest Auto Parts store. They do all types of hydraulic hose connections, including hoses for heavy equipment. Hydraulic hoses available in metric or standard fittings. And pick up your interstate batteries for your lawnmower, tractor, and heavy equipment, plus filters too, and they carry air gas. See Shelby Auto Parts, 409 North Washington Street in Shelby, open 7:30 to 5, Monday through Friday. Call 704-482-2468 for Shelby Auto Parts. Fall planting time is here for your fall garden. Pick up seeds on sale at Shelby Hardware. Now get 5 packs of seeds for just $5. And with canning season here, get your canning jars, lids, and supplies. Also, round glass Lodge lids are 35% off. Shelby Hardware has from $50 to $100 off Echo push mowers. Coming in for all the details, shop your hometown hardware store. That's Shelby Hardware. 506 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at ShelbyHardwareandSupply.com. Call 704-482-4405. There's nothing like free service. Now that's hard to believe, unless you get free service from Shelby Heating and Air. Now for a limited time, get free service on same-day repairs, $200 or more from Shelby Heating and Air. Call for details at 704-487-7877. They're locally owned and operated and have been for 45 years with 24/7, 365 emergency service. That's Shelby Heating and Air, 1990 Eves Road in Shelby. Online at shelbyheating.com. Like them on Facebook too. Planning a funeral service can be a very difficult process for families who have just lost a loved one. Celebrating lives and healing grieving hearts is the theme for the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Fallston. It's important to them to provide those who are grieving with a supportive environment in which they can begin to find closure, say goodbye, and come to terms with their loss. Find out more today. Visit them online at StameyTysingerFuneralHome.com or give them a call at 704-538-8631. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center, 846 East Stagecoach Trail in Fallston. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home now offers water cremations.
All right, we're back here on this homecoming night for our Gardner-Webb University Stadium halftime show. They have named our homecoming queen. First, our maid of honor, Danae Spikes. Congratulations to Danae. And the homecoming queen is Layana Wisnant. So congratulations to Layana and to Danae, your homecoming queen and maid of honor for 2025. Teams are making their way back out. There's about 3:40 on the clock before we start with a Jam & J's Pizza second half kickoff. Shelby will receive the second half kickoff. They lead 44-0, and they've dominated in all phases of the game. They've outgained the Yellow Jackets 258-32. They're ahead in the turnover margin, +1. And they're ahead on the scoreboard, 44-0. They've scored a special teams touchdown. They've scored a defensive safety. And they have scored 5 passing touchdowns. Touchdown sponsored by Numbers, Tax, and Bookkeeping of Shelby.
Ashbrook has just scored a touchdown with just inside of 10 minutes to go in the third quarter, and they're a point after touchdown away from tying the Chargers at 14.
Yeah, that's the game on WOHS tonight on the radio, and heck, you could listen to them and watch us on your laptop.
The point after was good, so around 8 minutes left in the third quarter, Ashbrook and Crest tied at 14.
Hunter Huss, yeah, Kings Mountain, 21-7.
Kings Mountain kind of woke up after kind of a tough beginning of that game.
Yep. And South Point's a team. I can't figure them out, Jeff. They
no, I can't either.
They got blown off the field by the Chargers, and they've gone in and beaten some really good teams earlier in the season, and it's just.
Then they dominated Kings Mountain last week, I think, didn't they?
Yeah, so they've just they've
been up and down.
Yeah, 6-2, but a hard team to figure out week to week for sure. But a team that's always dangerous, I can tell you that much. They've beaten North Gaston 35-0. They also have beaten Hickory T.C. Roberson, Mount Pleasant. Those are all pretty good teams that usually are playoff teams. In Hickory's case, state champions here the last couple of years, or deep in the playoffs. And so, but then the loss to Crest, and of course Ashbrook, that was a tight game.
Yeah.
And Ashbrook and Crest duking it out tonight, 14-all in the third quarter. Here it's 44-0. We're going to have a running clock in the second half because Shelby's up by over 35 points. So I assume we're going to have a pretty fast-moving
should be
second half. And
waiting for Shelby to come out onto the field, and they've got the 3 minutes up there that they'll run to let the players kind of get loosened up. We probably got time for a couple more sponsors, Brent.
Yeah, let's get a break here, and you're listening to the Gardner-Webb University Stadium Halftime Show. We'll be right back.
For 17 straight years, Via Health Partners has been voted #1 in hospice. There's got to be a reason. Via Health Partners provides exceptional care. The comfort of their patients is their top concern, and that's why they offer hospice care wherever a patient calls home. Via Health Partners is there where you need them and when you need them. Find out more by visiting their website at viahp.org. Again, viahp.org. Voted #1 in hospice for 17 straight years. Via Health Partners, founded as Hospice of Cleveland County. There might be other Coyote tractor dealers in the area, but there is only one that stands above the rest, and that's Weston Sales in Vail. There's a reason they have been one of the top-selling Coyote tractor dealers in America today. Some reasons could be quality of service, friendly people, and yes, price. They will not be undersold on a new Coyote tractor. There's one waiting for you, Coyote and Weston Sales, synonymous in the tractor industry today. See them at 110 Highway 18 North in Vail, online at westonsales.com, like them on Facebook too. Shop American, even when it comes to flooring. And Willis Flooring Shop in Shelby has a new selection of LVP flooring by Cortex, and it's American made. Also, pure grain engineered flooring, yes, American made. Plus tile, carpet, vinyl, and more. And listed up installers, Willis Flooring Shop in Shelby has backer board, hand liners, sand, cement, corner benches, Schluter, and sundries. Head to Willis Flooring Shop, 2247 Kings Road in Shelby, open 8:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Like them on Facebook too. Have you got a ping, pang, ding sound coming out of your car or truck? Well, then take it to A-Plus Automotive in Shelby. A-Plus Automotive does all types of automotive repairs, from tune-ups to an oil change, and complete diagnostic work. And they are a North Carolina inspection station with over 17 years of experience. See A-Plus Automotive in Shelby today. They also do AC and heater repair. Get her running today with a stop at A-Plus Automotive, 1900 Elizabeth Avenue in Shelby. See Charlie Heston today or call 704-482-0441. Bring your car or truck back to life by taking it to Affordable Paint and Body Shop in Shelby. now located at 2230 Huey Church Road, just about a quarter of a mile from their old location, right across from City Electric. For over 16 years, Affordable Paint and Body Shop has been serving this area with the finest in paint and body repair. No matter what you drive, they can paint it, and they give free estimates and do insurance work as well. Drop by for your free estimate today or call 704-471-2122. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Affordable Paint and Body Shop, 2230 Huey Church Road in Shelby, right across from City Electric. At All Care Insurance Services, they take care of you. From auto to home to business, All Care Insurance can help. They've been helping North Carolinians save on their insurance since 1984. All Care Insurance Services is an independent insurance agency. They work for you, not the insurance carriers, finding you the best value on auto, home, and business insurance. Visit one of their offices near you. 220 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, 4835 Wilkinson Boulevard in Gastonia, and 7005 East Wilkinson Boulevard in Belmont. Online at goallcare.com.
All right, Jalen Newton's got it teed up for a Jam and Jay's Pizza Kickoff. This will start our second half. We'll have a running clock back deep for Shelby, J.J. Williams, Man Collins. And Newton's done it all. Punted, kicked, ran it really well, 49 yards. And he kicks one that's going to bounce at the 20, hit Williams in the leg. He picks it up, and he's got a pretty good return. He's at the 30, 35, wall of blockers, 40, 50. He's going to cut it back. And he's going to go all the way for a touchdown. And there's a little extracurricular back here at the Shelby 44. That should be an offsetting. They're going to call it the touchdown. So J.J. Williams with about an 80-yard kickoff return to start the second half. And now 2 special teams touchdowns for the Golden Lions. So we got a touchdown Collins return, and now a Williams return for a touchdown. So
was that about 80 yards?
Yeah, I think it hit him right on the 80 in the leg.
20.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, and he picked it up and went 80. Yeah. So in for the PAT is Matt Grenier. This is a Hojo Power Sports point after touchdown. Clock's running. High snap. Collins gets it down. Grenier's kick is right through the upright. Shelby 51, Bessemer City 0. We'll take a quick 30-second break. We'll be back with the Jam and Jay's Pizza Kickoff after this.
We all hear about how good the barbecue is in Lexington, Greensboro, and in eastern North Carolina. But here in Cleveland County, we all know that the best barbecue is here. At Alston Bridges Barbecue, Kent and Linda Bridges and their family make sure the staple of their restaurant is the best barbecue. Your choice, pork, beef, or chicken, plus delicious sides, such as slaw, beans, fries, and hush puppies. The best since Alston and Mabel opened in 1955. Alston Bridges Barbecue, 620 Grover Street, right here in Shelby.
Alston Bridges Barbecue is now open 10:45 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Friday.
All right, that was the numbers, tax, and bookkeeping kickoff return touchdown. That's 2 for the Golden Lions tonight. Man Collins had a 65-yarder and now an 80-yarder for J.J. Williams. And they've both scored with the receiving touchdowns and a kickoff return touchdowns.
I believe Preston Ash is in for the kickoff.
Yes, he is. This will be a Jam and Jay's Pizza Kickoff. Preston Ash gets a foot into it.
Nice kick.
Taking it about the 16 by Tate. And he's dropped. He's dropped by Tyson.
Big 44,
Williams.
Tyson Johnson.
Yeah, Tyson Johnson.
We got Tyson Williams. We got Tyson Johnson. And Tyson came from like outside the right hash, and he just, like a heat-seeking missile, he just went right over there and grabbed him and threw him down. And now we've got yet another penalty flag.
Yeah, a lot of talking going on, and
it's on Shelby.
But they're calling anything. So Boone Weiss in at linebacker, Hazuki Norris in the air at linebacker, and 19 Tykerian Cuthbertson in at linebacker. He's a guy I've liked. Tykerian was a freshman last year. He's a load. He kind of reminds you of the running backs tonight for Bessemer City, and he'll run it for that JV team. But he's an 8-quarter guy, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Tykerian the next couple of years, see if he develops, because he's a good-looking linebacker and running back. So it's Norris, Weiss, and Cuthbertson at your linebacking core.
Number 6, Kahari Corey's in at corner. 15, Kieran Thurman. Derek Key in at safety.
And it's a handoff to Owens, and he gets a couple, and the flag comes out. They were in the shotgun, but had running backs on both sides. This drive starting at the 31-yard line after the penalty. And I think they call it a face mask. Is it a face mask? Face mask. Yep. So penalty on the kickoff, and now, or before the play, and now
5-yard face mask penalty.
5-yard face mask after the run. So it's a 1-yard run, 5-yard face mask.
It's 51-0. Golden Lions lead here early in the third quarter. Well, actually, about halfway through the third quarter with the running clock.
Yeah, so it should be about 2nd and 4 by my math. 6th carry tonight for Owens. This time Owens gets the carry again. He's got a first down, and then he stood up. Well, maybe a yard
close
shy.
to a first down. The ball comes loose, but it's after the whistle blew.
It almost looked like he got right to the first down and then got pushed back, but they're going to say no, he got pushed back a yard shy.
Coming in now, big number 74, Kendall Smith. 35, LeConte Morton. Number 19, Tykerian Cuthbertson. I think we've got number 58, Will Robinson.
Yeah, Tyson Johnson's out
Tyson Johnson's still out there, but replaced. But now big number 44, Tyson Johnson has replaced.
Yep. You've also got 36 at the other linebacker, DJ Bruton. So Bruton and Morton and Cuthbertson are your linebackers now.
3rd down and 1 at the 40-yard line for Bessemer City.
And
quarterback sneak. Whistle's blowing before the snap, though.
Yeah, that's one where they hustle up to the and then snap it real fast, trying to catch you off guard a little bit. And now flag comes out a little bit late, too. I think he never threw the flag. He just blew the whistle. So then he threw the flag to. Is it a sideline warning? I think they just called a sideline warning.
Okay.
And then they're going to run the play over.
So with all that, we're down to 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
17's out there. Omarius Moore. He replaces Tyler Tate, who was out for that last play. That's that defensive back. Here we go again, 3rd and 1. And this time, Tolbert in the shotgun. He's got the 2 big backs, Newton and Owens. And it'll be Owens, and he's got the first down.
Nice hard run. He's going to get about 4 yards.
Tackled by 44, Tyson Johnson. Called his name a few times here.
Four minutes left in the third quarter. Still 14-14, but Ashbrook has the ball on the Crest 36-yard line.
Well,
3rd down.
Ball at the 44, Bessemer City. Clock continues to run. 4:15 to go in the third quarter. And they're taking a lot of time in between plays with the play clock off. Now, Tolbert stay in the shotgun. 3 receiver set, 2 running backs. Owens gets the handoff, and
he bounces outside. Again, he runs so hard.
He really does.
He's going to get about 5.
Tell you, they had a You remember a couple of years ago they had a really big quarterback like that that would do that.
It's actually going to be a gain of 4. We're down to 3:30 left in this third quarter. 2nd down and 6.
Owens has carried it 4 straight times. He looks a little gassed. Let's see if Newton gets it this time. 2nd and 6, 3:12 to go, third quarter. And Tolbert's going to look to throw it. He's going to heave it up, but he overthrows everybody. O'Marius Moore was the closest player to it.
That's going to be 3rd down and 6.
0 for 6 passing is Tolbert. No completions. And he's been under pressure when he's thrown it a few other times. So
he's never been able to just sit there and throw the pass. He's been running for his life for the most part.
Number 33 out there, Jeff. That's Matt Patterson.
He's at one of the safeties.
And handoff to the big guy, Newton, and he slips through a crack, and he's got
close. It's going to be about 4th down and 2, but it looked like Shelby was going to have him in the backfield, and he ran through that tackle and picked up 4 yards, so 4th down and 2.
He's been running over people. That time he kind of slipped one in there, and so
slipped it sideways. Ashbrook, 4th and 2. They're going to go for it. They took a timeout. They're down on the crest, somewhere around the crest 30-yard line.
That still tied, you said, or
still
they
tied, 14-14.
Wow. Ashbrook, one of those.
Ashbrook has had more success against Crest than most everybody in that conference, except maybe for South Point.
Yeah.
This 4th down run, he's going to be short. Golden Lions did a great job of running to the football and staying with it. And it should be a turnover on downs. It is.
Yeah, it's another good hard run, but you can only break so many tackles. And, came up a yard shy. Shelby takes over at their own
47-yard line.
And so,
Shelby 47.
All right.
And there's 50-some seconds left in this third quarter. Shelby's running out there. They'll probably get one play in this third quarter. Land Farmer's still out there.
Farmer and Woods. Tyler Tate's in at receiver, and the carry is the freshman Woods, and he's slipping guys for about 5 or 6.
Yep, he's going to end up with about 6 yards. It's down to 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. Some of you guys are probably saying, why is Farmer still out there? And my guess is the backup quarterback, Raper, he's been kind of gang tackled by every chance that Bessemer has to go after him, they have. And so now they're running in 16, Damir Farmer.
Oh, is that Farmer?
Just ran in there. Of course, I don't know. That's what Damir Farmer's number is, but it does look like Cruz.
I think it's
Cruz Scott.
Yeah.
My apologies. I just looked at Damir 16, Damir Farmer, but that's Cruz Scott. Shelby has taken the timeout, Brent. Sorry.
All right, timeout with 16 seconds to go. Third quarter, we'll be right back.
Whether you've got 1, 2, 3, or even 4 kids headed back to school, the cost adds up. New clothing, new school supplies, and more. If back to school is adding up on you, head to Basic Finance in Shelby. You'll get grade A service at Basic Finance. Give them a call at 704-481-0111 and schedule your appointment today. See the friendly staff at Basic Finance, located at 306-2 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, right across from Shelby High School. And remember, golf on Saturday, church on Sunday.
So Cruz Scott in at quarterback, empty backfield. And now in motion, two guys
in motion, and they're going to call it that time.
It's going to negate a big game by Cole Wakefield.
You two guys went in motion at the same time. That'll be the last play of the third quarter.
Yeah, so there'll be a penalty, and let's take a quick break. And Shelby leads 51-0 on your No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard.
In Cleveland County, you might see me at a local sporting event, the Cleveland County Fair. We might cross paths at the grocery store or at the next benefit. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local professional when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on most. I'm Bert Costner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote. And to learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money, be sure to ask for me, Bert Costner, 704-482-2436.
Call Bert Costner, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, today.
All right, as we come back, what have they called? They called a... Well, they've called a penalty. They just haven't marked it off yet. So they got 7 on that first play.
Ashbrook has scored a touchdown with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. They lead the Chargers 21-14.
So 5-yard
5-yard penalty for the 2 men in motion.
So 2nd down, 8. Again, Cruz Scott, wearing 16, is in at quarterback.
And, you know, Cruz Scott injured his hip the very first week of practice, and he has worked very hard to be able to get himself back to play this year.
And he'll turn and hand it to the freshman Woods, and Woods down the sideline for a big gain. That goes from the Shelby 49 all the way to the Bessemer City 22. It's a gain of 29.
And that's a gutter guard of Kings Mountain first down. Our penalty sponsor, Shelby Heating and Air of Shelby. Our first down sponsor, Gutter Guard of Kings Mountain. Our field goal PAT sponsor, Hojo Power Sports of Shelby. And we're always talking about our No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard.
Wakefield in motion. There's the pitch from Cruz Scott. And that'll be Cruz Scott's first varsity.
Oh, that's a good tackle down on about the 8-yard line. So Cruz Scott with his first pass complete.
First career varsity completion, and it goes to the 9 from the 22. That's
so it's a 13-yard gain. Now the pass traveled at least a foot in the air, but doesn't matter.
Right.
So first and goal for the Golden Lions.
Gain of 13. Wood stays in at running back. He'll get the carry, slipping down about the 11.
About that 6.
6. Yeah, that was it from the 9.
3-yard gain.
Number 26, Jonas Woods gets the carry. Tackle made by number 50, Kendall Gardner.
Here in a few minutes, we'll have our stadium post-game show sponsored by Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home of Falston. We got a couple of awards, our offensive and defensive players of the game, our overall player of the game, and, of course, our James River and Equipment stats and recap. And now another pitch, another pass to Cole Wakefield, and Wakefield
takes it into the end zone, and he's going to get a penalty.
Yeah, he took a big hit.
And then he looked down and stared at the man, and you can't do that.
He took a big hit, but the other guy went down, and then he kind of stood over him.
You just can't do that.
Yeah, you just can't do it. But it'll be a 6-yard touchdown catch. And that's the first Cruz Scott touchdown pass of his career. And now Wakefield is the 5th Shelby receiver to catch a touchdown pass tonight. And we'll have a Hojo Power Sports point after attempt from Preston Ash with Kieran Thurman to hold. Boone Weiss is the snap. So Weiss to Thurman and Ash to kick. Good snap. Good hold.
Good kick.
Good kick. And then we got us a 58-0 Shelby lead with 8:57 to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll be right back.
Find out why more and more folks are going to Butler's Tire and Auto Repair in Kings Mountain for all of their automotive needs. With fall and winter coming soon, head to Butler's Tire and Auto Repair and have your vehicle checked over. Get your oil changed, get a new set of tires, check those brakes, and they are a North Carolina inspection station, Butler's Tire and Auto Repair, located at 404 East King Street in Kings Mountain, right across from KFC. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Call 704-750-4645 for Butler's Tire and Auto Repair in Kings Mountain. Like them on Facebook, too. Cars for all budgets are found at Car Pro Auto Sales and Repair in Shelby. Car Pro is family owned and operated, bringing you high quality vehicles at very reasonable prices, like a 2019 GMC Acadia Denali with 96,000 miles for $21,495, a 2017 Ford Edge Sports Crossover for $16,500, or a 2020 Chevy Equinox LS for $14,495. See the entire inventory online at carproshelby.com. Car Pro Auto Sales and Service, 1520 South Post Road, Highway 180 South in Shelby, right across from Ingalls.
We're back. The numbers, tax, and bookkeeping 6-yard touchdown pass, Cruz Scott to Cole Wakefield, but the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Shelby will make Preston Ash have to kick this one off from his own 25-yard line.
It's 58-0. Clock's still running. There's 7:20 left in this ball game.
Shelby offense has been perfect tonight, Jeff.
Yeah.
6 for 6 on touchdowns.
Kickoff's going to be taken about the 35, and the tackle's going to be about the 48-yard line.
Camarion Wilson on the return. Guess who on the tackle? 44, Tyson Johnson.
Doing a great job.
You got to love those hustle guys, right? He doesn't get in there much. He's kind of on that second wave of defensive linemen, and gets in on special teams, makes a couple of special teams tackles tonight, playing good in the backup role here tonight. 74 in on the D-line now. That's Kendall Smith.
Yeah, he's been in a couple series now.
He's a mammoth. He's 6'5", 290. So it's Morton, Weiss, and Bruton at linebacker on this series.
Marius Moore is at corner now, along with LeConte Morton.
Now, Moore's a kid to watch here in the next couple of years. In motion. And Bobble and Tolbert's going to just eat it. And Tyson Johnson's going to get a sack.
Yeah, they were running a man in motion, and the snap was such that it just about hit the man in motion. The quarterback grabbed it. Everything was discombobulated, and he ran to the right and said, I'm about to get hit again, and so he laid down for a 7-yard loss. So 2nd down and 17. We're down to 5:30 left in this ball game. And to say it's been all Shelby, I don't know that could do it justice.
Yeah. In every phase, defense.
Yeah. 2 special teams touchdowns.
Yeah, 2 special, a safety, and a near perfect night from Land Farmer and Cruz Scott, who've combined to go 12 or 13 with 6 touchdown passes. Tolbert to pass, he's going to air one out and picked off.
That's number 20.
Bryson Brown, and he's at the 50, 40, 35, 30, cuts it back, 25, 20, one man to beat, and that's going to be about a 65-yard interception. If it stands.
I don't see any flags. So is that Bryson Brown?
Yep. And right on cue, the defense scores again with about 4:40 to go in the 4th. That'll make it 64-0. Preston Ash is going to get another Hojo Power Sports of Shelby point after touchdown attempt. That was a numbers, tax, and bookkeeping touchdown, and the Golden Lions have done it in every which way you can tonight, aside from a block kick, which they almost had. Again, it'll be Boone Weiss snapping. It'll be Kieran Thurman on the hold and Preston Ash doing the kicking. And it's a good night for Shelby. Homecoming.
And we got offsides on Bessemer, which I think Shelby will decline and say, let's go ahead and kick it before the game runs out, because we're down into 3:30 left in the game. And by the time they get the kickoff team, well, actually they're going to take the 1.5 yard penalty.
Wow. The world's shortest PAT attempt, because you can't get any shorter.
Nope, you cannot.
Good snap.
Hold, kick. And
It's
good.
Ash connects, and the score is 65-0. Golden Lions, 3:15 to go. We'll be right back for one more Jam & J's Pizza Kickoff.
Carolina's Commercial Realty is the only triple realty in Shelby, offering sales, listings, and leasings. Owner Rick Francis has been serving this area for 40 years with his insurance companies and now can offer commercial, residential sales, purchases, and leasing. Rick has been involved with many community activities and is here to help you with your commercial and residential real estate needs. Just call 704-477-2338 for Rick Francis and Carolina's Commercial Realty. Office located at 1230 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, Suite 5. Online at carolinascommercialrealtyandassociates.com. 4 generations. Now think about that. 4 generations of serving our area, providing understanding, care, and comfort to help you through a difficult time. That's Cecil M. Burton Funeral Home and Crematory. That's over 90 years of experience, knowledge, and tradition. Their staff takes pride in the professionalism your family will receive. Cecil M. Burton Funeral Home and Crematory, 106 Cherryville Road in Shelby. Online at cecilmburtonfuneralhome.com. Call 704-480-8383.
Jam & J's Pizza Kickoff. Preston Ash getting some playing time tonight.
1:55 to go as he kicks off.
Taking at the 23. Wilson. Boy, he's popped. Tyson Johnson.
Tyson Johnson and
look, 36.
And that's DJ Bruton.
And you see his teammates picking him up. DJ,
Yeah.
he doesn't get a lot of playing time. They're loving what they saw there from their
DJ
teammate.
Bruton, an 11th grader. 5'7", 150.
He's just going to stay on out there. Play with some linebacker. Him and Johnson give themselves a high five as they combine for that special teams tackle.
1:15 remaining in this ball game, and Bessemer City's taking a long time getting their players out there, so we're just about finished with this game.
Maybe 2 snaps, maybe 1 snap. We'll just see how it goes. 59 seconds. And handoff to
number 5.
That's Newton.
And he slips out of a tackle, but the ball came loose, and Shelby's going to recover it.
Yeah, Boone Weiss jumps on it. He was fighting for extra yardage, and the ball comes out. That's the second
turnover.
Third turnover, because 2 fumbles now and an interception. Yeah. And I got to think.
That's going to do it. Shelby's lining up, getting ready to shake hands, and so that'll do it. Shelby's going to win this game. It's 65, right, Brent?
65.
They've got 67 on the scoreboard. I'm not sure where that came from, but it's 65-0 Shelby.
65-0. Your final score is the final seconds tick off the clock. We'll take a break. We'll come back with our Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home of Falston Stadium post-game show after this.
The service specials in the service department at Marburger Chevrolet have been extended. If you missed out, you've still got time. Check out their Super Saturday Oil Change Special. Regular $79.95 and now $59.95 Saturday mornings only. Also, North Carolina inspections are $10 every day. Looking for a pre-owned vehicle? Prices start at $9,900. And ask about 0% APR financing on new cars, SUVs, and trucks at Marburger Chevrolet, 200 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at marburgerchevy.net. The Clay Barnett Funeral Home in Shelby gives you 5 reasons to choose aquamation over cremation. Aquamation is a gentle, dignified process. It's a process that uses 95% water instead of fire. 20% more ash remains are returned to the family. It is a green process with no emissions and no harmful greenhouse gases. And aquamation prices start at $25.95, and payment plans are available with credit approval. Consider aquamation, exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home, online at claybarnett.com, with locations at 303 Pfeiffer Road, Kings Mountain, and 1401 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. See why Cleveland Lumber Company in Shelby is known as the builder's choice. With fall and winter coming around, cold weather will be here, which can be hard on your home and decks. Protect them with products like Benjamin Moore paint, Cabot stains, and Ready Seal for your decks. Ready Seal is goof-proof. Even you can do it. And with fall here, pick up a new leaf blower. Plus, you'll find a full line of Makita tools. So protect your home with a stop-in at Cleveland Lumber Company, 217 Airwood Street in Shelby. Online at clevelandlumbercompany.com. Yes, they are the builder's choice. When it comes to great seafood or steak in Cleveland County, it's the Creekside Seafood and Steak. There's no better place for hand-cut steaks, including filet, ribeye, T-bone, and New York strip. And now get 2 New York strips with salad and baked potato for only $35. And try their seafood from perch to flounder to shrimp to catfish and more, all served with your favorite sides. And they're open for breakfast Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The Creekside Seafood and Steak, 1025 Kaiser Street off Highway 74 East in Shelby. Open 11 to 8 Tuesday and Wednesday, 8 to 8:30 Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and 11 to 2 on Sunday.
5 big tractor trailers have arrived at Cummings Furniture in Shelby, all loaded with mattresses, and all are now on sale. A queen set of Euro top mattresses for $339. Cushion firm queen sets $349. And listen to this: All Best, Signature, Catnapper, Benchcraft, and Ashley recliners. Buy one, get one free. Prices start at $699. That's Cummings Furniture Company, 410 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at CummingsFurnitureofShelby.com.
Smiles are the specialty at Family Dental Care in Shelby. Doctors Jim Wilson, Paul McMurray, and Chase Price invite you to see them and their staff of well-trained professionals, all working together as a winning team to provide you with the highest quality treatment in a warm, caring setting. For your appointment, call 704-482-3281. Family Dental Care, 416 West Warren Street in Shelby. Online at shelbydentist.net. Family Dental Care. Remember, smiles is their specialty, and kids love them too. Is your home ready for the holidays? Now's the time to see Flooring America in Kings Mountain or Carpet One Interiors in Gastonia to get ready. Check out the new LVP waterproof flooring for only $250 a square foot. Check out the great deals on their in-stock inventory. If you need it covered, they've got you covered. That's Flooring America, 602 Slater Street in Kings Mountain, or Carpet One Interiors, 2757 East Ozark Avenue in Gastonia. Get your home ready for the holidays today. Here's some good news from Foothills Podiatry in Shelby. Foothills Podiatry would like to announce to their Medicare patients their new affiliation with Upperline Health. This is the new service that will give their current and new Medicare patients the opportunity to stay healthy. If you are a traditional Medicare patient and are having foot problems, Foothills Podiatry is here to take care of you. Contact their office for an appointment. They look forward to having you as one of their patients. That's Foothills Podiatry, located at 707 North Morgan Street in Shelby. Visit them online at foothillspodiatry.com.
All right, this is your Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home of Falston Stadium post-game show. Shelby is won 65-0 over Bessemer City. Jeff's going to give you our James River Equipment recap of the game.
All right, with 7:10 left in the first quarter, Shelby scored on a 69-yard touchdown pass. J.J. Williams from Land Farmer. Matt Grenier's extra point made it 7-0. With 2:45 left in the first quarter, Lorenzo Roseborough hauled in a 7-yard touchdown pass from Farmer. Grenier's point after made it 14-0. With 1:04 left in the first quarter, the ball was snapped over the punter's head out of the end zone for a safety. Shelby led 16-0. And with 50 seconds left in the first quarter, Man Collins had hauled in a 65-yard, he ran a 65-yard kickoff return back for a touchdown. Grenier's point after it was 23-0 Shelby at the end of the first quarter. With 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Man Collins, a 52-yard touchdown pass from Farmer. Grenier's point after made it 30-0 Shelby. With 5:30 left in the second quarter, Kendrick Raper, a 46-yard touchdown pass from Farmer. Grenier's point after made it 37-0. And with 1:02 left in the first half, Man Collins, a 6-yard pass from Farmer, and Grenier's point after made it 44-0. And I believe that 6-yard touchdown pass from Farmer makes Land Farmer the Cleveland County all-time leading passing yardage quarterback. So the halftime score was 44-0. Shelby took the opening kickoff of the third quarter, and with 11 minutes left, J.J. Williams actually they took the kickoff and ran it back 80 yards for the touchdown. That's the second touchdown scored on special teams for the Golden Lions tonight. Grenier's point after made it 51-0. With 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Cole Wakefield, 6-yard touchdown pass from Cruz Scott, and that's Cruz Scott's first ever touchdown pass for the Shelby Golden Lions. Preston Ash's point after made it 58-0. And then with 4:45 left in the game, Bryson Brown, a 65-yard interception return. Ash's point after made it 65-0. So Shelby scored on offense. They scored on a safety. They scored on an interception return, and they scored on 2 kickoff returns. And so they scored pretty much every way you can. They scored on defense. They scored on special teams. They scored on offense. And a really good night for Shelby against a completely overmatched Bessemer City team who came into this game. It looked like they only had about 25 young men dressed for this game. And, of course, Shelby was way they got 6 or 7 also walking wounded, but it was all Golden Lions. And the final score was 65-0.
Give you some stats. We'll start with Bessemer City, and quarterback tonight, Adrian Tolbert, tough night, 0 for 6 passing. He also rushed it 9 times and lost 55 yards and a fumble. The bright side, Jalen Newton, 13 carries, 56 yards. He also lost a fumble. And Jaden Owens, 10 carries for 30 yards. Niceer Brown, 1 carry for 18 yards. Walt McCoy got 1 for -4. That adds up to 45 net yards on 34 carries and no passing yards on 6 attempts. So tough night for that offense from Bessemer City. For Shelby, totally different story. Efficient game tonight for Land Farmer and Cruz Scott in relief of Land. Land went 10 for 11, all in the first half, 253 yards, 5 touchdown passes. Cruz Scott chipped in with 2 for 2 for 19 yards and 1 touchdown pass. Receiving tonight, what a group effort. Kendrick Raper, 2 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown. Man Collins, 3 catches, 66 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Also added a 65-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. J.J. Williams, 2 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown, and an 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Lorenzo Roseborough, 3 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown, and Cole Wakefield, 2 catches for 19 yards and a touchdown. It all adds up to Shelby with 272 yards passing, and then Jonas Woods got 4 carries for 44 yards rushing, and that was all of Shelby's rushing yards tonight. Averaged 11 per carry. Now it's time to give out some hardware. We decided to go with Offensive Players of the Game. Offensive Player of the Game sponsored by Marburger Chevrolet of Shelby. And, Jeff, I think we decided Man Collins and J.J. Williams, Offensive Players of the Game.
Yeah, they both had strong games. And so that's Marburger Chevrolet of Shelby, Offensive Player of the Game. For Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Shelby, Defensive Player of the Game, the young man, we just called his name about every other play until he finally went out. That's Noah Gartner. He had a number of sacks, and when he wasn't sacking the quarterback, he was pushing him to somebody else to sack. And so Noah Gartner, he was everywhere.
Yeah, I think he caused an intentional grounding penalty, and he was just he got in there in a couple of punt blocks, and he was just all over the field tonight. And unblockable, really, tonight.
Yeah, that's Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Shelby, Defensive Player of the Game. And so our overall Player of the Game, and a night where a young man was almost perfect throwing, and he also, on his last pass, broke the all-time Cleveland County passing yardage record. Who else but
Land Farmer, 10 of 11, 253, 5 touchdowns. The last one, a 6-yard touchdown pass to Man Collins that set the county passing record. And what better way to do it than on a touchdown pass to a great young man like Man Collins. So congratulations to Land Farmer, our SNR Auto Sales overall Player of the Game. Shelby, they move on the season to 6-3, 6-1 in conference play. Bessemer City falls to 1-8, 0-7 in conference play. Bessemer City ends their season at home on senior night against Cherryville. Shelby also will finish the season at home next Friday night at home against the Burns Bulldogs in a big county rivalry matchup. That's going to do it here tonight for this WestEndSales.com broadcast of Shelby High football. Final score, Shelby 65, Bessemer City nothing. For Jeff Jones, I'm Brent Pasco. We appreciate you listening tonight. We'll see you next Friday night.
Only 30 minutes away is your best deal on a Chevrolet. Listen up, Cleveland County. Did you know you're only minutes away from Fred Caldwell Chevrolet in Clover? It's people you know, like Wayne Gregory. He's been putting Chevrolets in driveways for years, along with Greg Good, who will help you with a payment that will suit your budget. They'll even come pick your car up in Cleveland County, take it to Fred Caldwell Chevrolet, and have it serviced and bring it right back to you. That's Fred Caldwell Chevrolet, Highway 55 in